Live once again, live and direct. YouTube, what's going on, man? I'm on it. I'm like over here cropping my screen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cropping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Cropping like a top. You know what I mean? So what's going on with y'all? What's good, man? You know what I'm saying? Thanks for, you know what I mean? Y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I got BJ, the homie BJ and Shaq coming on, man. So we just gonna go in, you know what I'm saying? It might not be a super long show or nothing like that, but we definitely gonna keep it going, you know what I'm saying? So man, this is a good topic, man. He said that somebody else, another broadcaster brought this up of my that what we watch, and I had to. I'm not trying to mirror, like, you know what I'm saying, bite or nothing like that, but what he was reporting. But I had to bring this up, man. This is a good topic right here, man. And I was thinking about this, but wasn't thinking about putting it in a show format like that. But what's up with these remakes? What's up with these dumb remakes? These remakes with no substances. It's like, and then they always remake. They don't never remake the, you know what I'm saying, the actual good. There's not going to be a Good Time remakes, is there? Where it was actual solid so-called black family. Excuse me. There's not going to be a Cosby Show remake, right? Where there was an actual solid, positive image of a so-called black family. You're not going to see nothing like that, right? You're going to see perpetuation of just straight stereotypes. You're going to see nothing but just negative images. You're gonna see a bunch of bullshit on there. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see anything with any kind of anything really drawing and putting a good light on our people, right? So it's just, that's exactly what it is. But see, we like to, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm not just gonna keep it on the entertainment industry and the Creed people and all types. You know what I'm saying? But we also support negativity like that. We support stereotypes like that. We support the shit that doesn't make any sense. We support that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie, that's on us, and that don't have nothing to do with any other group. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, they did this, that, and dog. Okay, sure they did, but at the same time, they're not putting a gun to our head. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to our communities and saying, and with a bullhorn saying, y'all better, you know what I'm saying, push this or that, right? So I mean, we got to be careful. You know what I'm saying, when we talk about, and be careful. So how we word these kind of things, man, and we got to really be careful, man. So you know what I'm saying, without further ado, you know what I'm saying, my boy BJ, you know what I'm saying, Shaq's on here. You know what I mean? We gonna give you a little something, definitely give you some of this real good stuff, man. So what's going on, y'all, man? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Peace, you know what I mean?
Peace, man. Salute to you guys, man. What's up, BJ?
Um,
What
Trying
up,
to
Frank?
find this link, but it ain't coming up. So hold on for a minute.
What up, man? Just chilling, man. Just, tripping off this damn movie, man. Like I was just saying, they always, the remakes they make, they're always the most stereotypical ones that put us in the worst light. It's either remakes or just buffoonery, like Medea. You know what I'm saying, with Tyler Perry. But at the same time, I didn't had people bring up to the fact to me that we support stuff like that, which is true. So you know what I'm saying? Our thinking is there, and then we say, "Oh, the white man stereotyped us, man. The Jewish man stereotyped us." But guess what? We go into those stereotypes and we play them out like movie Oscar-winning movie roles or something. You know what I'm saying? So I hold us at fault too.
You don't want no Academy Award these days, brother. They already told you if your candidate is not diverse and
Ooh,
LGBTQ, no award for you.
we ain't never lied, man. And that's
You have,
another
to,
thing.
you have to have at least one gay character in your film by 2025.
Mm. And see,
We
what kind of
will, we
crazy
will.
stipulations is that? You know. But look, Color Purple had a gay scene. Oh shit, Big Dev, salute was good, man. You know what I'm saying? See my boy Dev in a minute.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is got a gay scene in it. I think they showed a picture of two women kissing each other.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it like that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it to where, man, you gotta put that extra stank on it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it to where, you see what I'm saying? Put us in the worst, most negative light that fits the narrative though. You know what I'm saying? It's always stuff that fits their narrative at that time, at the specific time. But the movie was horrible. We love it. You know what I'm saying? Our people love the movie. Love, what I'm saying? A lot of women and people love quoting the damn movie. I ain't like it. It was a worse, you know what I'm saying, a real bad depiction, you know what I'm saying, a real bad put us in a bad light. It's just like you might as well be watching Jenny Jones in the 90s. Might as well be watching Ricky Lake in the 90s. All of them bashing us, right? All of us, all of them giving, and their media conglomerates giving them a big platform to bash us. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, like Shaq was saying earlier,
Who became a basketball player, man?
I know that you see how they did it. You see how they did it? They switched. That's what I'm saying. They shadow banning me, man. YouTube is shadow banning me. As soon as you type my name in, something else comes up. Some basketball player comes up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to what you got to do. You got to go on the go on it, and then click.
I found it.
Click XX Frank Nitty again. You got to actually click on it, man.
Yeah, man. I just did it, man. I've been searching for like 3 minutes.
You see how they did it, man? They're shadow banning me, man. YouTube ain't no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful, man. You know, just like all the time, that time when they was talking about the jab and everything, man, it's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? They was going hard on people. They don't play. They wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying?
Find this video, man. I said this is funny.
Yeah, man. So what video did you bring up, BJ?
The one you just did.
Oh, got you. Oh yeah, you see how they did that?
You kept on coming with some basketball player named Frank. Then it came up with the Godfather Frank. Then and all the other crazy man.
Dude, they really trying to shadow ban me. But see, now I see what a lot of these YouTubers be talking about. But damn, I'm not even monetized or nothing, man. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
It's the issues, right? Don't mean that. It's the things I talk about. I keep it real. I keep it raw. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. They don't want to hear that. You see what I'm saying? They want to hear us bullshitting, and they want to hear us sugarfoot, and they want to hear us talk about the preacher man and the pork chop pimps or you know what I'm saying? They want us to talk about the bullshit that
I met me a pork chop pimp the other day.
What was he talking about, BJ? What was he talking about, man?
Donating your organs.
They want you to donate your organs so more of these DaVita and more of these damn clinics and stuff will start popping up.
Man, I done seen about 3 new kidney facilities in Richmond, dag, over the last 5 weeks, man.
Yeah, only in our community, though. So they let you know, just like Shaq, right? They let you know that there's certain things in these damn foods that they put in these damn foods that we be eating, right? Everybody be walking around still wearing masks. It's not the damn motherfucker. It's not airborne food.
I saw a woman with a double mask today. You said strapped to the back of the head right here and strapped to the front right here.
It's either the people out here in California is usually doing this. Either some Asians doing it or some people that look like us doing it, or every now and then some Mexicans, or it's even some Mexicans doing it. But it's just like you hardly see the Europeans doing that. You hardly see them doing it, man. You know, and it ain't because they don't know. They know something we don't know. It's time to wake up, y'all. It's time to wake up. So this movie is horrible.
No, we just run around like chicken mice, scared and everything.
We are scared, man. It's the docile motherfuckers.
And we wanna please massa. Oh, I make sure I got my mask on, massa.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? But even though, a lot of stuff is coming out that you know what I'm saying, these strokes and these heart attacks and stuff like that. I ain't gonna say, you know what I'm saying, too much, but a lot of this stuff is happening, you know what I'm saying? These effects, man, because of that G-Zab, you know what I'm saying? So
hey, look, check this out. I told you there was a guy there who I was playing ball with last week. Mm-hmm. The guy dropped dead on the court. Dropped dead on the court while the boys were playing. I had left the gym that morning. I didn't play with him that morning. I played ball with a guy 15, 16 years, man. Found out he died of a massive heart attack.
See, that's crazy, man.
He's like 51, I think 50, something like that.
It's young.
I mean, he was a little hefty, but like, no.
You playing basketball every day, you have to be in some kind of shape, Cardiovascular has to be,
You know when I was at that thing the other day, and they're talking about the American Heart Association. I tell you when I got that thing about the colorectal cancer.
It was and them sisters was telling you about it. But you
blood pressure measurement. This how you measure your blood pressure. Don't smoke, exercise, drink caffeinated beverages or alcohol within 30 minutes of a blood pressure measurement. Rest in a chair for at least 5 minutes. Your left arm resting comfortably on a flat surface at heart level. Sit calmly and don't talk. Make sure you relax. Now check this out. Shaq, you here, right?
Shaq.
Right. All right. Normal blood pressure is less than 120. Elevated is 120 to 129 and less than 80. And normal is less than, this is systolic and diastolic blood pressure. High blood pressure, hypertension, 130 or 80 to 89. High blood pressure is 140, and higher than 180 is called a hypertensive crisis. Right? Now, that's funny because this ain't exactly even all the way accurate. I'm going to tell you why it's not accurate all the time. Because one time I went to the dentist, right? And I don't really like getting pricked in the mouth and stuff. But I had to get tooth pulled or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when I sat down in the chair, they couldn't do anything to extract the tooth because they say your blood pressure is too high. So after I sat down, chilled out, and relaxed, right? It went down to normal levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your blood pressure is not always high because you got bad blood. Something could heighten you. You could have had a drink of caffeine or something. So it's not always high. See, they could leave you high blood pressure, but you just having a bad day. So you gotta be careful.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And especially like say you going in and getting a blood pressure check too. You got to make sure you drink a lot of water because if you don't drink no water, you know what I'm saying, you don't hydrate yourself. Like I said, your blood pressure can be elevated. Depends on, you know.
Matter of fact, I think I even played basketball that day. So yeah, when you do a lot of activity, your blood pressure go up anyway.
Yeah, your blood pressure raises. Yeah. Your with your histolic, what you call it, systolic number? What do you call it? Systolic.
Systolic, yeah.
Yeah, just systolic. But they actually, my information too. They're supposed to check both sides though, man. Both arms. They only check one side though. They actually which arm? But that's standard in their practice and in most of these facilities. You know, they're what they call the protocols or whatever. But you know, it depends on what your lifestyle is. Like I said, that's why they always ask you: did you eat something? Did you drink something when you go into these? When you're going to get blood pressure checked, your height. They always check your height, your weight, your blood pressure. Um, they check you, see how your heart is, your heart. Sometimes they put you on EKG. Depends on what your insurance is. When they check your what's the name, your heart rate. You know what I'm saying? They tell you to breathe in, breathe out. You know what I'm saying? They check your heart rate and your pulse. Um, but you also can check the things like I said, man. That's why especially for diabetics, they can check your pulse in your feet, and they can tell if you're getting proper um, oxygen is flowing. Because if it's a faint pulse in the foot, they can let you know that something is off, something ain't right.
That's all facts. That's
Yeah,
all.
man.
Just like the mask, right? How you wear a mask and you don't expect to get sick. You don't just get sick from germs or airborne. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that, man. You get sick by the things you eat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
we were talking about earlier, right? A little while ago, top ramen. Most one of
Hmm.
them. The sodium in that motherfucker just sky high. You see what I'm saying? And look at another one of the main things that they eat in jails and prisons is top ramen.
Wasn't that what they call it? MSG.
Man,
What that's something sodium. My nut. What you call it? Damn, it's called
that's right.
monosaturated something
I know.
like glycerate or something.
But MSG is in a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Man, they
Mm.
was supposed to be, dude. That MSG, man. I'm telling you, dude. That shit was created by Ling Ling and them. You know that, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that, right?
Asians, yeah, that's the Chinese food. Right? You ain't never
But
lied.
it's in the food that they send here, man. I don't think that's stuff be regulated in them other countries and stuff like that, man. With all that shit in there, sodium and stuff in there like that, man. Because they know that that's gonna throw your body your natural rhythm off,
And they don't be
so-called
eating.
circadian rhythm.
They
Huh?
don't be. They don't be eating that food. They don't be eating that food. That stuff they be serving you. They don't eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
Man,
thing. You know what I'm saying?
we got a Chinese man down here, man. I told you the man dad going lady hit a car.
Mhm.
Chinese man had a flatbed truck, put the daggone deal on the back of the truck and drove off. Shit. Where you take that deal to? What are you doing with that deal? He might sell it in a damn restaurant. How the hell you?
Exactly.
Actually, if he sold some deer meat, I would, and I was eating some meat. I probably wouldn't mind. I actually ate deer meat, but I didn't bad. But still, what is he doing with that daggone deer when he got to pick it up and put it in his truck?
But see, deer don't have a lot of fat in. Deer is more lean, just like buffalo and bison and stuff. It's a more leaner meat.
So he picked up a deer. If he picked up a deer off the street, what's to say he won't pick up a red off the street and give it to you?
They do.
A damn raccoon or something.
Hey, look, I told you about all them crickets in Nevada. Don't think they won't pick up some crickets and daggone put mix that. Yeah, crickets stupid shit. Hey, what they call it? Beef and broccoli and all it's gonna be cricket and broccoli.
Man, let me pull that up real quick, man. A little with the thing about the crickets. That's
stir fried crickets. Hey, stir fried crickets.
Blood moon.
Damn.
Blood crickets. They're talking about they can sting you or what they say they can do something to you. How the fuck y'all know that already?
You know the crickets actually, if you're looking at biblical terms, they're like a locust. Them crickets gonna mess up a whole lot of crops, man.
Oh yeah, they was eating it. That's what they were saying. Yeah, they eat the crop. They eat the crop and mess the crop up. Yeah, they can destroy the crop.
But they seeing the crickets in the daytime. You usually see crickets at night.
At night. That is weird. All right, so fair use 1976, section 107. Let's give me fair use to report on this story, this video for commentary purposes and educational purposes. All right, so I'm gonna get into this. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. You know, I don't know why she has a smile on her face, but let's get into it.
With a massive invasion of crickets.
The red crickets have been causing chaos in several towns for weeks, ever since eggs started hatching in late May. Streets overrun with tens of thousands of the crunchy insects, looking like scenes from a movie. They're not expected to stay long, though. But the frustrated residents can't wait for them to leave. Where are they going?
How you know how long they stay?
Crunchy.
Icky.
That's a mess.
How you know how long they stay?
How do you know? How they know? Ooh,
Recordings just got.
See how we do that?
Hey, it's Dana from.
See, you got to be like Pianki was saying earlier. You got to be a critical thinker. I agree. You just critically thought, and you came up with that conclusion. How the hell do y'all motherfuckers know how long these motherfuckers? Could somebody please?
They're not expected to stay long.
Are they guests? These are hotels. This is a hotel, right? They guests and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. I just told you it's supposed to rain. When I look at my weather report, it's supposed to rain 13 out of 15 straight days here, man.
Just like over here, it's supposed to rain. Interesting because it's supposed to rain Friday out here. In June, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, in other parts, it should be hot as a motherfucker. As it be, you know what I'm saying? It's just hard Operation Popeye. We can keep going on. We could even go back with the Gulf of Tonkin incident because after that there was manipulating the weather to really try to win the war against these motherfucking Vietnamese. So it's a lot of things that come into play and factors when it comes down to stuff like this, right? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, obviously there's something like just like the right look. We was watching something about the Bears last night. The Bears. It's something going on. They're messing with this weather. They're messing with this environment, this atmosphere, and it's making these animals, you know what I'm saying, literally jump out of character. Making some of these people do that, right? Some of these people do that anyway.
What they gonna do when they jump out of character? Right now, we just touching the surface. Next thing they gonna kill somebody, and then next thing is gonna be a whole invasion. You know what they having down here, Shaq, on Saturday, up there, up in the park where I play ball on Sunday? You know what they having? A honeybee festival. They have a bee festival. Come out and look at the bees and I guess watch people cultivate bees and stuff. Nice event. Just don't let the bees get free.
Man. But just like I was saying earlier with the thing with the damn submarine. These people always doing shit they shouldn't be doing. They always doing this wild, dangerous, living on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Till they fall off the edge. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? What's really good with that?
That Chinese scientist, he got thrown off the damn roof.
Damn. You know what? Hold up. Let me very interesting. Let me play that clip real quick. How does that work? You know what I'm saying? See, these people, once you got what's the name? Once you have any kind of information, it's a wrap. We're dog balls over here, dog balls. These days, I don't trust no doctors. You ain't never lied. You get a lot of Chinese food, man. A lot of it in Chinese food. Yep. I haven't ate Chinese food in about 15 years, man. I do know about the Shum the Schumann resistance. What is that? The Schumann resistance. What does it sound like? A Creed person.
Residence. Make it residence.
You said what?
He said residence.
Schumann residence. What is that, dog boss? My bad. Nigga, acting like, you know what I'm saying? My bad. Just read that shit like a motherfucker. What is that, dog boss?
Yeah, let me know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So they do this dude off the roof, like on some Scarface shit where they do it. You know what I'm saying, Shaq? They at the mother,
Hey, yes, sir.
the mother
Sosa, they Sosa them don't play with you.
moving helicopter in this motherfucker.
You know what? One of these news anchors was talking about this movie the other day. They were saying when something happened, I forgot what news anchor said it. They was talking about something like off the movie Minority.
My bad.
They brought that up.
Minority Report.
Not on this part, but it was another clip I watched. They mentioned
They probably talking about what we were talking about, like this. All they gotta do with like the social credit, man. Like the Minority Report thing was like, it was like it was set up where they had a particular police unit, a special police task force unit that they can with this digital shit that they can already detect that you about to commit a crime in the future, and they go arrest you.
Well, let me say something. I'm about to say something now. All right. Frank, go ahead and find a video. I'm gonna bring something to chat. That's the same thing with that data my brother was teaching me. By the third grade, they can tell you whether a young black male graduate from high school or he gonna go to jail at least one time in life or what he gonna be. They actually got this on a data statistic.
But that makes sense because I was just talking about that earlier on the show. They've been doing this, man. That the schools, it's the schools and prison pipeline. You know, they take the pops out, even though the other dude was trying to say, "Oh, the dad's on." I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying I'm equating this shit. You know what I'm saying? They took the dad out the out the motherfucking picture, right? And you fuck up the schools, right? You know what I'm saying? That right there, those two things alone. You know, even though education and then the college shit is a big scam, it's just a debt.
It was all about design. They also took the male black figure out of the school systems too.
That's a good point.
Frank,
but they left them in sports though, Frank. They left them in sports though.
Frank,
coaches and shit like that.
I would say it's only 2% of black male teachers in public education now.
That's where they need to be at though.
Now, here go the thing. I might label it the 1%. Cause if you got 2%, I know goddamn at least 1% of that thing got to be daggone gay.
Damn, man.
1%.
Oh hell no. You ain't never lied.
1.5.
You ain't never lied, man. But see, and the thing is too, like, positive male role models. I remember in the 90s, I remember when I was little, we used to talk about that shit, man. And like, Big Brother. I know y'all remember the Big Brother program, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit was all that shit. The Boys Club and all that shit, even though a lot of that shit got exposed for them doing a lot of weird shit. But you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, man, it's just like it seems like, you know, as soon as the era went away, man, all that shit went away. You know what I'm saying? You purposely sabotage the shit. Cause look, school ID number and prison ID number are very similar, aren't they? The mirrors in the schools look very similar to the mirrors in the prisons. So you know, it's all by design. Oh, but y'all talking some conspiracy theory shit. But damn, I didn't know fucking pointing out a conspiracy was a conspiracy theory. I didn't know that.
Hey, lunch break, recess.
Going up on going direct.
And you got breakfast. Don't forget breakfast.
BJ, you know, you used to work with one of the motherfuckers. You know, it's set up like that, bro. You see how it's set up?
Hey, look, if you look at the school table and you look at the prison table, they look the same. Yes,
damn, yo. Y'all see how that works?
Only thing different in prison, they get a dinner period. School don't get no dinner period.
You see how we do that?
And you get to play sports. Well, they get to play sports on the yard too. They be playing basketball and shit.
You see how they do that? You see how they do that, man? See, That's why, and see, our people, see, we get caught up in the conspiracy there. We get caught, oh man, y'all, we get caught up in that too. We got to stop using and stop really mirroring after these people, man. They so racist and they so the big bad meanies and stuff like that. Then why are we hitting them with the talking point? And we talking about stuff like, oh man, that shit is so woke and this and that. Bro, we were saying woke like 15 years ago, man. Now all of a sudden it's supposed to be mean that like a liberal Democrat fucking is supposed to mean that. How does it mean that? When we were saying this shit.
Hijackers.
Yeah, I think it's the Tavistock. I think some of this shit comes from Tavistock, bro. Some of the slang, some of the shit comes from that shit, bro.
Well, like it or not, woke ass Bud Light goddamn lost their goddamn stock. Bastards.
These motherfuckers Russian roulette with their business, man.
So guess what? So
Right.
guess who's gonna be the main beer now? Mandela Especial.
Damn, the Mexican beer.
Mandela.
That's a good point.
Then people of certain cultural backgrounds was not drinking Mandelos.
Man, you ain't fucking lying.
Now where I'm at, a lot of people, you know, these Hispanic, you know, populated areas, you know what I'm saying? They drink a lot of Especial. They drink a lot of Coronas and Mandelos and stuff like that, and Dos Equis and stuff like that. But not all Americans, all, you know.
Good point. You see how they do that? So so this Chinese, so this dude got thrown off. Let me see, thrown off the mother building, boy, to his death. Chinese scientists who worked on COVID vaccine, you know, the so and so, you know, I don't want to say it, vaccines before the pandemic was thrown to his death off roof. Witness claim. Oh, so the witness claim. Which one is it? Did he claim? What happened? Did he get thrown off the roof or not? Just like the word when they say allegedly, I can't. Damn, the news said allegedly. I got to look at it weird now because you said.
Who does it say it threw him off? They don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
They got witnesses.
A scientist from the Wuhan Institution for Virology, who allegedly, allegedly, oh, here we go. They're using the word allegedly. So is this real or not? Is this? I'm not even gonna use the word psyop. Is this a hoax? Is this a false flag? What is this? All right. Worked in, for the jab before he started the pandemic, was thrown off to his death roof, according to the witnesses. Mysterious circumstances surrounding his death and highlighted after it was revealed he filed a patent for the, jab in February 2020. Interesting. 54 died. He died in May 2020. Interesting. While working for why are they reporting on this now then? Of the People's Liberation Army. Oh, isn't that? Wait. It's funny how we had a Black Liberation Army out here, and then they have a People's Liberation Army in China.
We know that. We know the communists was fun. Look here, Frank. Was funding a lot of. They was funding a lot of so-called liberational movements in America.
Martin Luther King. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. My bad. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Rosa Parks, because they had a different lady than Rosa Parks. They had an actual pregnant, but the birth lady was pregnant, and she was a little darker. Yeah. She was a little darker than Rosa Parks. My bad. I said that.
Don't forget, Rosa Parks had the Jewish man on the bus side.
Bars. Let me pull up that picture, man. Fuck it, man. That's bars, right? You see, but see, y'all not gonna hear it. See, that's why I'm shadow banned, y'all. Cause y'all not gonna hear this type of shit on Joe Blow's fucking YouTube channel, man. Let's just keep it 100, man. And this is content. This is not taking people's shit like other YouTubers do. Take their shit and fucking basically do replay videos. What's that called? Reaction videos. This is not that. This is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? This is raw uncut. You see what I'm saying? But that is real shit. Rosa Parks had the white boy beside her, dude. She looked like low key. Honestly, she looks like she could be Indian. Let's just keep it real. She looked Indian, right? I'm gonna be honest. But she looked like she could. She looked like she could be mulatto too, though. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong or not?
But they was using a lot of mulattoes. That's how they allegedly they were using a lot of mulatto people out these groups to convert and give over the rights to some of these indigenous tribes, man. Allegedly.
Remember earlier we was in, they didn't want to. It was funny how they. Oh yeah, they got the bag test, brother. Hold up, let me play this. Let me show this real quick. All right, hold up. Let me share my screen. That's burnt. BJ, I never peeped that. BJ, it's a straight Jewish dude by her. Look at y'all. Can y'all see that? Let me blow it up. That's burnt, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, dude is right here. Look, y'all see him? And he right, but I thought he wasn't supposed to be in the back.
No, he up front, man. He in the couch. He in the house making cookies and shit.
Oh yeah, my bad. She was in the front, but still, why is he conveniently by her? It don't look like he's bothered. And look, look at the way he's sitting. Look at the sitting, how he's sitting. If that's not a Masonic sitting position, I don't know what. You see how we do that? You see how they show you something? But see, we're not gonna get we gotta be entertained. Boys in the Hood, they told you about gentrification 30 years before this shit was supposed to happen, and it fucking happened.
You know what?
God damn it.
The crazy part, we talking about gentrification. Actually, believe it or not, you were talking about the crime bill, right?
Right.
The crime bill actually started gentrification in the hood, man.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Joe Biden said in that speech, we gotta take the streets back. He said that.
And he said, I'm sure I don't want my kids, and I'm sure you don't want your kids to participate in integrate into a interracial jungle. Damn. So
Yeah.
makes sense. We're called jungle bunnies, right? Ooh.
You know what? Dr. Claude Anderson got, he wrote multiple books. He wrote the Powernomics, and he wrote a couple other books. But in one of those books, he got all the laws that they had, right? That they had on black folks, that they passed specifically for black folks to keep us in the economic depression, like to box us out of economics.
And remember with Piaki that time that one time we was on JoJo Brown show, one of them shows, they were trying to say, oh, you fucking you know what I'm saying? What they was trying to say, fuck, well, I lost my train of thought. They was trying to say something about the economics. Oh, fucking and I was just like, man, basically, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? The reason why damn, I fucking lost my train of thought. That part. My bad, y'all. Shit. We were talking about what right now.
You talking about different laws, like you brought up, like we talking about different laws that they wrote for black folks to box them out of economics, and
Oh yeah, my bad. We was on one of those shows and I was talking about all the shit that benefit the white people. They were trying to say, oh, black people benefited from the Homestead Act. When? How? We didn't benefit from the GI Bill like that. We didn't benefit from the Homestead Act like that. They did, bro.
You know what I thought about with that GI Bill though? Okay,
the New Deal.
I'm gonna tell you something.
The New Deal. There you go.
Because I know some guys that benefit from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like this. They got the benefit of the house, but I don't want these guys to go to the VA. Mm-hmm. Don't think the VA don't give some daggone screwed up medical care neither. They give some screwed up medical care, bro.
Now the New Deal was what, 1871? Now that was during Reconstruction, right?
No, hell no, that was like 50 something. That was Roosevelt, or like 40, like in the fort with Roosevelt. That was Franklin Roosevelt, if I'm not mistaken. There was two of them. One of them was the uncle. There was an uncle and what's the name, right? The Roosevelts, Franklin and Teddy.
Right. Okay, yeah, the New Deal. Okay, yeah.
Teddy Pendergrass. No, I'm joking.
That's the one that had the 1930 something, right?
Yeah, that was
1934. That's when they implemented the Social Security and this and the birth certificate and all that shit.
Yep.
See, all that stuff, man, was turning. People already had land. If they were slaves, they already had lands and acres, man. Why would they need to go into a partnership with the government when they already got land and acres and shit?
Something don't sound right.
It don't even sound right.
Let's talk about that birth certificate. Right quick.
Ooh, BJ, break that shit down. BJ, break that motherfucker down, man.
Daggone birth certificate ain't nothing but a number. Death certificate ain't nothing but a number. Right? Who controls it? The Vatican, baby.
Bars.
So
bars.
When we realized that Pope, that dirty Pope, who's sitting up there with a dress on, like Dr. Khalid Muhammad told you, he wearing a dress. You need to uncover all them secrets, but you ain't uncovering the secrets of that box. They ain't going to Vatican running D.C. Look at that Statue of Liberty. What I told you the other day when I was talking to you and Miss Latin. That's a man in a dress, man.
So they've been pushing the tranny shit. Ooh, You know how they've been pushing the traineeship because they had what's it Flip Wilson? Ooh, they had Flip Wilson in the dress in the 70s, bro. When our moms was kids, by the way. What does that tell you? In our dads, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? They've been since the Greek days. Ooh,
I'll tell you what it is.
they've been pushing these agendas. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Well, Doc Ball said the Indian Removal Act. You'll never hear about that on the news.
How long? Did I mention that to Bianchi? 1830 Indian Removal Act, but I think it got solidified. Like I think they figured it started in 1830, but I think they end up passing it and finalizing it. I think in 1838. But all throughout that time, they was moving Indians, man, from the southeast with the southeast of the Mississippi to the west of the Mississippi, moving them out west. For the ones that some people still stayed. That's how you got some people still in these southern states. There's always been there. When someone moved, they was moving them. That's how you got the Trader Tears.
Damn, man.
They forced them. That was by military. That was by military. Them people was forced by military force.
So what's up with these gun laws, man? You see, that's another thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, these gun laws, man. What's Pianki saying, Shaq? You know what I'm saying? What state is that they trying to or BJ, what was the state of that they I know out here they try to implement something to where or I think no, my bad. It was I think it was federally where when you have when you have an AR, I think
I didn't do much in gun law. I'm just telling you, daggone, you gotta hold on to it, brother, because you'll need it. Because it'll be like the Wild Wild West, Rocky Top. Goddamn it, get ready for the showdown, baby.
Man, but see, they want you to not have one. So when something really do hit the fan, you don't got one.
Your ass is toast.
Man,
you'll be like Australia, which Obama was advocating for anyway.
Okay. Obama was advocating for that. Okay. And then Trump with the Fast and Furious with the jab. So we can't Trump ain't out the water. I'm sorry. I know people would be mad. I know Victor and certain cats right now would be pissed what I'm saying, or not pissed, but they probably would rebut it. Trump issued the Fast and Furious on the jab, so we can't. He's not out of the water yet. He's not out of the woods yet. So we got to cut it out.
Look,
Obama,
let me bring up something right here.
Break it.
If Barack Obama got a new game now. Now he talking about what? He talking about there need to be fingerprints to find out about because there's a lot of deep fakes going on. And he said these people that made deep fakes of him, but he said people need to have fingerprints. That way you can monitor misinformation, disinformation, so forth and like. So he trying to get way technical with this thing now, where they trying to daggone check who you is by your fingerprint. They already doing it anyway.
Is he talking about these immigrants that's coming in, or they still trying to beat up on the American people, the American citizens? Huh?
Who you think trying to beat up on, man?
You see what I'm saying? Man, this dude anti-American, man. This dude is anti-American, man. We need to start calling him out and start pushing that this guy's anti-American, man. Because that's bullshit.
Wait a minute. Shaq, that man ain't never denied it. He's a self-proclaimed Marxist. He ain't gonna lie to you.
Just like the founders of Black Lives Matter was, by the way.
Ooh. Yeah, he ain't lying to you. He ain't never lied. You just don't know what Marxism means. That's you.
Yeah, these people is anti-American, dude. I'm not talking about American. I'm talking about the original copper-colored races. They're trying to, as you can see, they've been pushing to bring in and everybody to America and make America the United States of the world instead of the United States of the world. They moving.
I agree with you, they're anti-American, but I call them more anti-human. You know they had another earthquake in Haiti, right?
And you say India?
No, in Haiti. They had another earthquake in Haiti.
Oh, in Haiti. Oh yeah, they trying to get Haiti up out of it. It's a lot of resources down there, man. They got a lot of resources down there in Haiti too that they still trying to.
They said
too much resources.
It's a hero.
Huh?
It's a common.
Say it again.
Yeah, they had another earthquake over there. And she talked about daggone something need to be done with the gang wars and stuff like that. I said, wait a minute, hold it.
Must be talking about the Crips and Blood, the Asian Crips and Bloods in California. That's what you talking about.
No. Kamala
They ain't
Harris
gonna never
with the
mention them.
Haiti. Kamala Harris with the Haiti. Talking about the gangs over there.
80.
Yeah.
Why she ain't talking about the gangs that's in Brazil? All Asian gangs in Brazil. The Yakuza and all them niggas down there in the goddamn Brazil.
All thing I'm saying, when
Huh?
Kamala Harris over there talking to them people, that just mean they about to start getting some American
Well, you-
they're Halliburton, so they about to start plunging the resources over there. That's what's about to happen.
well, you know, the early part of this year, you know, America tried to get Canada to make a move on goddamn Haiti.
Mm. You see how America does it? Real sneak thieving ass, heathen ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Straight low down type, low dirty type motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And it's see, that's the thing.
Well, you know they don't got no president. You know their president got killed.
You know, it's the news media stopped talking about that shit fast as a motherfucker. So you know, and and it's all by look. These people that I'd say the media, the mainstream is definitely another branch of the government. I would say so. I would definitely like to say so, man. You know what I'm saying? So what do we, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. I report your propaganda, just like with the 501c3 we was talking about earlier on the phone. Okay, I get it. I'm the church. Fuck the Catholic Church. We already know they corrupt. You know what I'm saying? I'm the Christian Baptist Church, right? You know what I'm saying? And I use like Ray Hagen did. Ray Hagen was a white pastor, bro. Ray Hagen, Kenneth Copeland, a lot of them fools, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them dudes taught I'm not lying. They taught the black people. They gave all that bullshit to the black pastors. I'm not lying. That game, Leap of Faith. Y'all ever seen that movie Leap of Faith with Martin Short or Steve Martin? I know y'all seen that movie Leap of Faith where he was scamming. They were scamming all them churchgoers and shit. That's what that shit is.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Watch that movie Leap of Faith or look up a clip of that. I'll bring a clip of that. You know what? I should play a clip of that motherfucker right now.
I don't know. You might get copyright with that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Let me
They were
bring this
scamming.
up.
You heard of that movie, BJ?
She went over there. She went over there and announced aid support for climate change in Haiti. But she said they announced $100 million in the region to crack down on weapons trafficking and help alleviate Haiti's humanitarian crisis, support climate change. Okay. So they saying the gangs, they need to crack down on guns and stuff over there in Haiti. But almost half of Haiti's population, more than 11 million people, are facing acute food insecurity and 90,000 are in catastrophic famine conditions. She said that they will invest nearly $54 million in Haiti to help fight a sharp rise in starvation, provide access to portable water and health care. I will warn you that water probably be poison.
How would you know it would be?
Hey, I'm saying.
How would they know what they would be?
Why is it just a coincidence that majority of these heavily, let's say, melanated rich, right, states, geographical locations, populations, why are they targeting these places like they really want to help them?
Population control.
Because they know those people, right, and they can stop.
Globalization.
Right now, I would say they're in fear of a black planet because they know we can reproduce. We probably can out reproduce them. So they want to control. They want to control that population.
Right. But look, check this out. Now I'm gonna say something. Here go another. This is wild one now. Haiti, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, right?
Cuba,
Trinidad, Tobago, whatever. I'm just naming names. Those women, if they haven't took the birth control and all the other crap that they've been giving out, right? Some of these countries, they don't even believe in that shit. I'm just pointing it out.
Right.
A lot of people Catholic and got different religions and stuff. They don't even believe in it, right? you can't out reproduce them. And really, to tell you the truth, the man's seed over here can probably reproduce better with them over there because the American woman is on the birth control. They have miscarriages, whatever the case, jabbed up, whatever the case may be. So they probably will want to take them out because sooner or later, some men, I mean, they're already doing it, gonna go to another country and reproduce another child anyway. So, hey, it could be film black fun, bro.
Yeah, but you see, but if they can keep them people, like you said, on life support for essential resources like clean water, enough food source, they can starve them people out, make them people do what they want to do. Because I can see other people not having a lot of children because poverty. If you're in poverty, you know what I'm saying, naturally you're not gonna have a lot of children because you don't even have enough to feed them children. Right? That's another way of population control. If you starving motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody thinking about having no sex. Only in America, like I said, up here this part where we poor, we still effing have babies. But any other country really, they don't do that because it's not conducive to their lifestyle. You know what I mean? You got more mouths to feed. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's where you get in, Frank. I'm just me thinking off the top of my head. That's where you probably, when you get into some of these so-called third world countries like the Dominican, Puerto Rico, the Cubas, and other countries that you would get sex trafficking, a high level of sex trafficking, because guess what? That's not enough economics there. So one of the ways people to make money, I mean, you have they be selling their kids into sex trafficking, or the young girls will go out themselves and like at 13, 14, 15, be selling themselves, into sex, like sex workers. You know what I'm saying? To make money. Right. There's no jobs in these areas, man. You know what I mean?
Notice that?
Yeah, it's no jobs in these areas. So you got a lot of people coming down there spending money, tourists spending money. That's one of the biggest attractions of some of these places is the tourist attraction, because you go down there and you can have sex with the locals and shit. The natives and the locals and shit like that, man. For cheap. It's cheap for us, but for them, that's a living for them. It's sad, man. That's a living for them.
What about the shoes and the sweatshops and all that bullshit? Like, just so you could have some J's and shit. Like, damn.
Well, yeah, you got that all
has something to do. That's America too. See, it's man, it's the country, the motherfuckers, man. Them third world countries. Fuck out. You see how they treat their people. You see how America treat us, motherfucker. What are you talking about in this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? For example, America, those corporations have ties to those fucking countries. They're paying those people in those damn countries. Where do you think the money's coming from? You know what I'm saying? They give these people kickback. You know what I'm saying? They probably agrees a couple of palms and shit in their countries and some to the national leaders. Right?
And I would suspect that's why you get a lot of not to cut you, Frank, when they had these, we have so every so often. I don't know. Maybe we need to start studying it. What is the timeline? What is the periodic timeline of them with immigration? Every so often, if you notice, they have a big immigration influx of immigrants.
That's a good point.
Why? Because why? Why? We need to ask these questions. Need to be asked and answered. Why?
That's a good point.
The invasion. It's almost like an invasion, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, either they, allowing them to come in because of certain, like you said, about bartering and trading, you know what I'm saying? With certain foreign governments and shit like that. I let so many of your people come in, but they coming in to be workers anyway. They still coming in to be workers and shit, the working class, labor class, laborers to America, to these corporations, these American corporations, or the corporations that are operating in America, because I ain't American corporation. They just operating in America, doing business as DBA.
And they got Saturn car plant. They got certain car plants in Mexico, man. Don't let the news ain't gonna tell you that. You see how there's just a narrative, and there's only certain things the news is always gonna report to you, and then always not gonna report to you. And it's just like, like I said earlier, the Democrats and Republicans, they both want illegal immigration. The Democrats want the vote. The Republican wants the labor. You know what I'm saying? The Republicans need to cut the bullshit. You know, just like the Republicans voted with the Say Gay bill. They voted for it too. You see how it's too much. BJ, what do you think? It's just too much hypocrisy. I'm sorry. We got to start calling out these Republicans too. I mean, we all know the Democrats ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? We all know that that's just some devilish shit that they're doing.
Hey, look,
But
look.
Republicans are full of shit too. It's WWF.
Yeah, you got a point. Look, I gotta get rid of 6 in the morning, but look, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it going. I'm gonna just have to let y'all finish out. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I mean,
shout out your information, man.
Yeah, just King BJ Johnson, YouTube, Bernard Johnson, Facebook, Bernard 1121 Instagram, King BJ Fitness 32. Look, in 1987, BJ won on Twitter. Yeah, now we gotta get the channel back up. We're gonna try to do this again, but one more time for the week out. Like I said, if you're on the East Coast with me, get ready for this rain and wind, right? And if you're in the South, deep South, like Chat, just get rid of a 100-degree day, 120-degree index. Kind of hot. Shoot, I saw a transformer blow out today for the first time. I usually hear them, but I saw one blow out today. Really, when it blew, bing, loud noise.
Oh shit!
So,
see, that's another thing.
Trees falling. Trees falling down. London Bridge is falling down.
Weird weather, weird times, weird people.
And like Miss Latner said, London Bridge is falling down, and Joe Biden is falling on his face 3 times.
Lucky number 3, right?
Yeah,
that's the motherfucker we got running the country and shit. You know?
Babylon is falling, baby.
Yeah, it's falling like a needle in a haystack. Don't forget the Fed Now program. It will start in July. Don't forget that.
Damn, that's right, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's just, and I think what are they going to try to take out Cash App or something, or these other sites or these other apps? Is that what they're saying? Mm-hmm. Or is it going to try to just replace it with?
No, they probably just gonna put a tax on that shit. They probably gonna put it in. They probably just gonna tax that shit, and you got to probably register. You got to probably they probably gonna have you gonna have to register your shit probably through them probably. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I'm thinking, you're just gonna have to be so they can tax that shit, so you can file that shit on your tax probably. Your Cash App and shit like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, well, Cash App has been sending a receipt lately on certain doc things. they say your monthly statement. But
I mean, tell me, you can't tell me that these people aren't. They really not just trying to control shit. I mean, but see, we're adults and shit. We act like you know what I'm saying. Oh man, I'm in control. I'm doing this. I'm paying my bills and shit. But are you really independent?
Hey. You right. You got some adults that don't think that this control is coming from somewhere. They think it's just this is natural. What's going on is natural. It's unnatural, man. It's just unnatural.
You're pushing all this shit on these kids, dude. It's like,
hey, look, it's natural if you want to be, brother. But look, it's natural if you want to be. You trying to define your reality, but reality, they trying to define your reality. And like they said, one day, somebody gonna be in the penthouse. Daggone shit. Your ass ain't gonna be in the doghouse. You gonna be daggone 6 feet under. Daggone funeral homes are having a lot of funerals right now, brother. Some people having funeral 2 weeks after the death. You know. And when I get a chance, Frank, we're gonna talk about this guy named Ted Robinson, 700 Club. When we get a chance.
Oh, you talking about dude from that preacher cat, huh?
Yeah.
We need to look here. We're gonna have to run down his background because his background is extensive, man. I'm talking about
the news, but like I said, like I be saying, my little saying, the news ain't gonna talk about that.
No, they ain't.
They're gonna talk about Chicago, some stage fake shit in Chicago. Why is it always on a holiday weekend that there's a shooting in Chicago? Interesting. And you notice too, they talk about Chicago to make everybody think, oh, so black people. You know what I'm saying? But there's rival drug cartels in Chicago, which is very interesting how the news ain't gonna tell you about that.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on, man. Won't Al Capone got in Chicago, man?
Yes, sir.
You see that? You see how they had a longer gang history or more notorious gang history in that state than we do, dude? but they still talk about us though.
The Italians and
Conservatives and
Jewish,
Republicans
the
doing that.
Italians and Jewish people ran the mob in Chicago, man.
And
I
guess
mean,
what? They got two white gangs out there. They got the Simon City Royals and they got the Gaylords that are in Chicago. And they're nations. They're not just gangs. Like the Jakes of Disciple is a nation. That's nationwide. The Gaylords and the Simon City Royals, they're and the Dixie Mafia and all the motherfuckers are nationwide, bro. That's nationwide, all across the country. You know what I'm saying? The news don't talk about that though.
They kill each other.
They kill and they kill. See, you kill where you live. More Asians kill more Asians. More Mexicans kill more Mexicans. But the news ain't gonna tell you about that. The white conservative Republicans ain't gonna tell you about those stats.
And you know what? They'd rather the gangs and disciples mess with the Crips and the Bloods and so forth. Like gangs have a territorial thing where they actually stay away from each other.
Right.
If they come into a setting, they might do something, but they actually stay with the Hell's Angels. Don't forget the Hell's Angels on the road.
Another white establishment. Those are nations. Those are 1% nations, dude.
They consider themselves to be a sovereign gang.
Damn, and they're using that word sovereign too. Like, yeah.
No, I say that, but they consider themselves to be that.
You know what I'm saying? These people they ain't dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these people ain't stupid. They ain't.
You know why? You know why I can do that? Because up under the I don't know if it's an act, but up under the militia, you can form your own militia.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So guess what? They talk about gang violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got militia. They actually protect it.
They're protected. It's protected. I think that might be constitutional. I don't know. I want to say the Civil. I want to say the Civil War. All that shit was birthed through the Civil War, and be able to militarize themselves and form militias. When they used that shit, and they was going around terrorizing motherfuckers. And that's another reason why they don't talk about how some of these cities and stuff got taken control of, and so how people was, certain black folks was ran up out of their city and shit because you had militias coming in there and violating those people in their hometown.
It's very key because listen, you talking about what happened back then. Now, guess what cities they talking about coming out with now, Shaq? We got to do a show on it. Smart cities.
Oh yeah.
They call it the 15-minute city. They're going basically in the smart city. Basically, if you go without a certain radius, out of 15-minute radius, they can cut you off.
Smart cities. So that's why they got these. That's why they want these smart cars, right? You know what I'm saying? These non-gas powered cars. That's why they wanted you to get rid of your gas powered stove. See, we don't see where this is coming from. We don't see that they're trying to
5G, 6G, 7G, 8G, 9G, 10G. But I'm telling you,
T-Mobile working on 10G, man. They working on 10G right now.
Man, you're gonna have more people sick, man. You're gonna have more people sick, Frank. I'm telling you, that radiation shit, it's not conducive to definitely the melanated, electric people.
Yeah, because
magnetic electric people.
We already using microwaves as it is, and that's not good. We always using these phones as it is. That ain't good.
You gonna see why people kidneys and shit start to get kicked out. It ain't just the food. It's that radiation, man. High levels of radiation, man. I'm telling you.
Well, look, y'all brothers, y'all take y'all time. Hey,
all right.
Robert, you right. There's nothing more than militarized control. Just take your time. Y'all have a good night. We talk about it another time. We're gonna break down this Pep Robinson guy though, because
boy, that's extensive there, bro. That's a big show. You got to do that.
We have Bishop or somebody on there too, like or Felicia or somebody too.
We'll break him down. Gotcha.
All right, for sure. Good looking out, BJ, man. Holla back, man. Peace. Damn, that's real spit, man. My boy BJ, man. You know what I'm saying? The info man over here. Check out his channel too, man. He be on there on YouTube too, man. Was it Bernard Johnson? You know what I'm saying? Oh no, Key.
You know what his nickname is, don't you, Frank? We call the nigga the Anchor.
Man, check out King BJ, man. You know what I'm saying? And Shaq, he gonna have his channel popping soon too, man. But I'm gonna go a little while longer, man. But dude, this right here is just wild, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta really start thinking, man. And critical thinking has to be something that has to be practiced on daily. You see what I'm saying? I mean, common sense is damn near gone. Damn near even no common sense no more. You know what I'm saying? For the common man in this motherfucker. So, that's another thing that it's a strike against us right there. You see what I'm saying? This is a different. This like I forget. Somebody said earlier. I think it was Pianki. This is the disinformation age. Now you see what I'm saying? This is the disinformation age. You see what I'm saying? Not the information age. So that's another thing you got. You know what I'm saying? You got them trying to you know what I'm saying protect and basically, or excuse me, trying to stop you from spitting the real and spitting and basically exposing these motherfuckers. So that's another thing too. Now you got them coming after guns again. That's I just said the first. Now you got them coming after guns. The Second Amendment. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just infringement like a motherfucker, man. It's just like you know, but we
Man.
don't see that though. We we're happy people. You know what I'm saying? Damn, on some real shit.
But yeah, it hit, man, just like I said, man, it hit, man, it's hitting people, man, like man, they caught us with our pants down with their pandemic, yo. And
Mm,
people's on the up and up, man, because you gotta realize people still just recovering from 2008,
hey,
2008, 2009, right?
motherfuckers
People was
making
just
money
getting back to, you know what I'm talking about, Frank?
yeah, we was making money under Trump, dude, and that was yeah. And a
Because,
lot of motherfuckers was happy he was in there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but yeah, I mean, with a lot of more people when they look back, when they look back, maybe 10 years from now, 15 years from now, and they look back on that time and actually with all the information, hopefully that they've been gathered over the time, they're gonna say, damn, we got F's, we got screwed again. Either we screwed ourselves, we missed opportunities. I won't say drop the ball, I would say we missed windows of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Windows of opportunity. And they came in, they gave you a little glimmer of light, and they came in and squashed that shit with the pandemic and everything that's coming after that. You know what I'm saying? Coming down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? But some people kicking themselves in their butt because, man, look how high taxes are. Look at how the cost of living is right now. Food.
Yeah, they took that money back, bro. This is they're taking his money back, the money back, and all the inflation, all that. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There ain't nothing free in this world.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, what did okay, Bronze Bird said, damn, he was controlled. That sound like Felicia Lockhart like a motherfucker, dude.
Was
Felicia
that?
Lockhart be saying that. That's true. Trump was controlling opposition. He was. I
You
don't
know
care
what?
what you say.
I initially, because I was side, I'm like, dude, how all of a sudden they just let this cat get in this position? Like I said, we know this dude, is a great businessman. But think about it. Go back to what I just said, Frank. Though we was coming, still people still trying to recover off the Obama era, 2 terms of Obama's
That's
with
true.
the recession. They called it a recession, right?
Right.
A lot of people, man, a lot of people deleted themselves. A lot of people lost a lot of fortune, lost their homes, lost their savings and stuff. And man, so people was just getting back their head above the water again when Trump got in office. Now, whether they did that on purpose, to trying to give people some type of hope, to keep people hoping,
Mm,
you know what I mean?
right.
But I always thought side of that, yeah, this definitely was planned because think about it. Look how he got in there. Because some people say they stole the election for him to get in there.
But you selected anyway, though. You're not. It's already they already select. See, people say that it's crazy, but at the same time, the electoral college picks the person. So how do they steal the election? See, we can't say that. See, no, this is the first time I ever said this. We can't say that because the electoral college and these electors from every state form together and form the electoral college, and they the ones that pick the damn president. So how and then so if our votes don't count, how the hell did they steal the election? Ooh, bars,
Man,
bars.
it's to keep you like that hope. Oh, now peep this, Frank. Off what you just said. The government, this particular United States government that we live up under, right? You really think they're gonna trust the American people to make the decision for the so-called executive branch, right? The
That would be
leader of the executive branch. You really think they're gonna give you that? They make it seem like you got it with the populist vote. They get you involved with the populace,
my nigga
right?
shots fired. Wow,
But
wow.
like you said, you still got the electoral college. And if people go back and study what power that they have and who actually um, solidifies the president, the sitting president, who goes in the remember that's what that was a song around June 6th. They was doing what? What was they doing in there?
And they protested, but they got mad. See, that was the stupidest reason. My bad to cut you, but the stupidest reason to do that because Trump didn't win. Now they should have been. They wasn't doing it because of mask mandates. By the way, that's how you know it was staged. It was staged. They wasn't doing it because of mask mandates. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't doing it for the forced mask mandates. They wasn't doing it for the mandates in the schools. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't doing it for that. They wasn't doing it. People's unemployment was late, and not, some people didn't even get the unemployment. They weren't doing it because of that. Interesting how they was doing it because Trump didn't win. Just script, more of a script, more of a the Great White Hope, more of a the end all be all. He'll solve everything. Jesus type factor. You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, okay, Doc Boss. Yeah, Obama did come out of nowhere, but Obama did debate. He did come out of nowhere though. But Obama, he has a little bit of history though. He debated.
Who you say come out of nowhere?
Obama, he did. But
Right,
Obama
right.
he did get slaughtered by Bobby Rush. But guess what? Now, guess who was pushing? Guess who pushed the 666? The 6666. What's the name? 66. What's that shit called? What was it? Mandate or whatever. Or the bill was Bobby Rush from the Black Panthers. So you see how you know it was fishy, and you say you know you got to watch out for the Panthers and Martin Luther King and all these. Because how are you a communist? One of them is a communist, and one was a socialist. How does that work in American white European society, dude? How are you being a communist or a socialist?
Pro.
How does that work in this kind of atmosphere right now? Don't.
Intel Pro.
Right. And you know how come they wasn't pushing economics? Okay, and then okay, whatever. What if they really did get destroyed by J. Edgar Hoover and all that? Okay. But the thing is, just like for example, on the balcony when Martin Luther King got shot, real people in real time, when shots rang off, you're gonna hit the floor for one and you're gonna run. Why were people pointing any direction? How did they still not know that people weren't shooting the gun? Ooh.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand how people didn't.
So you knew that the
shot
shot stopped.
How did you know
this? How did you know that the shot? How did you know synchronously, however you say it, in sync time, that the shots was stopping right then and there? And how would you, if shots are coming ringing out, how would you be able to point and know where they were coming from, bro? And you're on the top of a balcony. See, we don't think at all. We get in our feelings and our emotions. Oh shit, rah! You know what I'm saying? We get mad and shit. We get pissed. You know what I'm saying? We start blaming motherfuckers and shit. But we don't blame the pastors. We don't blame the pastors. We don't blame the politicians. We don't blame them though. It's just the white man and the white supremacy and stuff like that.
But remember, they say he didn't even die on that balcony. Remember, they say he was still alive. And supposedly he was supposed to been taken to only one Pacific hospital.
How would they know?
You know? And they were still so mad at the dude. They say when he came in there, they was spitting all on arm. Oh my God, that's motherfucking horrible. Come on, they just flooded his face with just spitting on him. Supposedly. I mean, that's in documents. I think Dick Gregory definitely bust some of that information out. Got the information and documents from that.
Just like he broke down the Trayvon Martin shit. But see, I peeped that too, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, my dad's a Mason, the judge is a Mason, boom. Then the other guy's a Mason too. George Zimmerman's pops. So what a coincidence, right? And then because there's nothing coincidence is life, you know what I'm saying? No.
So was that a sacrifice? Was that a sacrifice for did somebody sacrifice it?
How are you? That's
young Trayvon Martin.
How are you? Okay, so this is my apartments. This is my gated community. And I have to prove to you that I live there. And then say it made it racial. Oh, it's racial. It's this and that. But dude, you're never going to get off for no shit. Oh, stand your ground. How is it stand your ground? Okay, so check this out. Why was there never talk about him, George Zimmerman trespassing? Didn't Trayvon Martin live there, not him? Who lived there? Trayvon Martin and him. They never heard them about trespassing.
You know what? That wasn't clear. I don't know if Trayvon Martin, I don't know if he went through that particular community to get to his actual facility, where apartments or whatever he stayed at. because they were saying they said he went to the store or some bullshit.
But
So I don't know if he just, you know how you can go through certain apartment complexes and shit to cut through to get to your street or get to your particular neighborhood or whatever. So that wasn't clear to me. Obviously, I don't think he stayed out there. I think Zimmerman stayed out there in those particular apartments, and he supposedly was some type of neighborhood watch or some shit he used to do for the, on some voluntary shit. That's what they say. This is a cockamamie goddamn story that they come up with.
mm.
So I'm thinking Trayvon was passing through that particular community to get to his. Maybe how these down in Florida, you got different apartments that's right behind each other. You know what I'm saying? Right next to each other. People cut through certain apartment complexes to get to the next ones and shit like that. Take shortcuts instead of walking all the way around the street. The main,
Right. Hey, dude, hey. You ain't
So
fucking lying, bro. You ain't lying. And see, this is the thing. See, that's a good point too. That's a good point too. But it's just like talking about it's just a whole, you know what I'm saying? It just a lot of that just didn't make any sense, dude. The OJ that didn't make any sense. See, and the thing, another thing, even with the OJ, I go with the OJ. I hit you with some things about the OJ. You know what I'm saying? The dog, the dog was barking. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was if it was OJ, why would the dog be barking? You see, and then the thing is, didn't she, wasn't she on drugs? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they said she was a known. She was down with the man for the shit. The mafia. She was dating the mafia cat. If I'm not
Her and her
mistaken.
sister, right?
Yeah.
How did they know if he on a high speed chase? How the hell did these people get there with signs, bro? And it was live on TV. How did they get there with signs that quick?
That was weird. That was weird
You
too.
see, it's psyop type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Rodney King. How did the guy get there? How did he just happen to be recording right there, right then and there?
And they were supposed to have been peep this, Frank. They were supposed to be they supposed to be Asian nationals or some shit, tourists from Asia, some Japan or some shit.
Were you talking about? Oh yeah, exactly.
Chinese.
It happened to be a foreigner. It happened to be a foreigner, bro. It happened to be a foreigner. Just like with the
Man.
Rodney King thing, they said there was somebody else in the car. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with a lot of this shit, man? Like, we got to be careful who you know what I'm saying? The Kyle Rittenhouse shit. That was some shit.
But I see. I didn't know this, Frank, that the Rodney King sparked from the little young girl that got shot from the Asian woman out the store.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. But she got
but they overcovered it. They overshadowed that with the goddamn Rodney King, the riot.
Point, dude. That's a good.
But people was rioting because the Asian lady had shot that young black girl and been in the back of her head.
Right.
What was her name? Because Tupac had did he mentioned her in one of his songs.
Oh girl fled to see, damn man, like, but see, I get it. Oh, we're not privileged. Certain Asian people say, yeah, certain Asian people aren't privileged, but a good amount of you are. So, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, she gets to leave. She got how you get probation? I never heard of anybody getting probation for murder before in my life. You know what I'm saying?
That's what sparked the riot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because yeah.
So I don't know.
What was her name?
What's her name?
Young black girl that got shot.
Natasha Harlins.
Who?
Natasha Harlins.
Natasha Harlins, man. Wow,
crazy,
man. Peace and blessings to her family, man.
That's what I'm saying. It happened in LA, and it's just like that was crazy, man, when I heard about it.
But you just don't see, and this is why when we had these conversations and we be on Judgment Show and we go back and forth, and I know some of them old guys want to overlook shit and lead it in the past, but how, man, when you don't see this on the other end, you don't see so-called black folks just going in Asian neighborhoods and beating them up, shooting and killing. You don't even see black cops doing it to no white suspects or no white potential suspects on them. You don't even hear of that.
Right.
You don't hear no black cop just getting arrested or no photo or no big spectrum or no big media outbreak video of a young black cop or a black cop just shooting a young white female or a young white male unarmed because they may have had bad words or some shit, or you don't see that. You don't even see black folks mobbing up and going into white communities and burning nobody in the white community. You never heard of no black militia going and snapping up no white kid, Asian kid, Jewish kid, and lynching them or nothing like that. You don't even hear that.
Why is that?
You don't hear it. If it happens, you don't hear of it. That's what I'm saying.
They do us dirty, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. But see, we're the scapegoats of this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a nationality thing. It's all. It's a couple things with that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lineage thing, and it's just like
Bloodline, yep. And indigenous. We talk about the native. We are, man. Some people can argue that we are some of the most indigenous people on this planet, and definitely on this particular hemisphere over this American paradigm, this American Aboriginal paradigm. Some people can make the argument, but the overall mainstream thought is that everybody came out of this one Pacific, out of Africa and shit. But you got to ask, how did they get here then? Because y'all claim niggas didn't know how to make boats. Y'all claim niggas that went on the sea, which is a lie. Maritime law. Who you think was doing that?
Good point.
But they don't want to tell the truth. You got tribes and stuff that was building boats down there. That was building. My boy Top Cat. He talked about his family. Point his family was what's the name of this tribe? We say the Casada. They was boat builders. But they'll lie and tell you, oh well, wasn't nobody traveling the seas. They didn't have no boats doing that. You mean tell me? So y'all give all the credit. See, this is the problem, Frank. They give too much credit to these pale-faced Europeans. They give them too much fucking credit, man, because they wrote themselves into heroic status with the Renaissance. You don't nobody even talk about the Renaissance era. They don't.
You see that?
They don't. This one was changing history as it go, and it all was started in like the 1800s when they started to really change the trajectory of history.
You see that? Just like because Jesus looks a certain way, okay, and then Santa Claus looks a certain way, and then you got you know what I'm saying. So that right there, you know how much it just brainwashing.
You just have some common sense, Frank. There's nowhere in hell possible no pale European would be able to go into no Africa and take no goddamn slaves.
And did he even have guns yet? When did he even make the guns? Like, we're not even clear. You don't understand why.
Well, they had guns. They had guns. You know what I'm saying? They came with the Gatling gun. I don't know what year they came with the Gatling gun and shit. That's that's supposedly the story. That's one of the weapons they actually finally used. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Zulu Nation. I think they used it on, if I'm not mistaken, because they were getting their ass kicked. Hand-to-hand comeback. They couldn't fuck with none of them. No Zulu Nation, no Maasai warriors, none of that hand-to-hand combat. So in my mind, Frank, it had to be the people capturing and selling their own people to foreigners. You can't come in. Same thing here. Our people, ancestors, had to be the sleazeball. Well, which slavery was, and that trading was a legal thing. It was a legal thing. So they had to be. You ain't gonna just tell me just no foreign and goddamn European with no. Even if you talking about business, right? It was a business, right? What business can go to somebody else on somebody else's land or somebody else's business, somebody else's property, and just bring some cargo without having a contact with the foreman, without the CEO,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Without the person who owned that particular property or that particular company. You ain't just trading with them. Come on, man. You would get killed, and that's what happened. Some of these motherfuckers were coming over here, lollygagging like it was a joke, and they was getting knocked off. So these motherfucking Indian warriors, was killing these foreigners. That's why they had to go. That's why they had to go to Africa and get some people that looked at like the American Indian people, the Iroquois and all them. They had to go get the African motherfucker because they, you know what I'm saying? They look similar. Oh, okay. Well, these people look similar. They're warriors too. They're handicap warriors. We can bring these people over here to help us go take over these other people over in this other land. That's what they was trying to do. You just ain't gonna tell me no motherfucking European ain't gonna travel no seas, nigga. Travel no seas and go to a fucking goddamn continent, nigga. A land, nigga, where it's hardcore warriors, nigga. Without you went, first of all, you couldn't speak the language, Frank. You went back to speak the language.
How'd they communicate, man?
They had translators. They had motherfucking, you would say, I guess, Portuguese and Spaniards and different, because I guess Spain came over first. So they were already Spain and France, the French. But once again, Frank, I asked Bianca the question: what did the Spaniards, Portuguese, and the French originally look like? They had to be heavily melanated people first to be able to build a colony.
True.
Right?
I know.
So some of the pale faces, they inherited the colonies and that already the pale face Europeans and stuff, they had already inherited those colonies from the so-called what you can consider the Negro Europeans. They like the Spaniards, the Portuguese, and the French. Them will be the Negroids that was going around and colonizing first and setting up colonies. You know what I'm saying? Across the seas.
Right.
So they inherited that shit was already going on. So the Europeans just got into it late. The paleface got into it late to be able to, and they tried to actually take the shit over. That trading shit was already going on, Frank. These motherfuckers are just full of shit. They just telling the story from a certain point and an angle. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But I just don't get how you gonna you gonna believe an oppressor, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna take his word, the oppressor's word. Interesting how that worked.
Like, it's documents right now in the Library of Congress, man, that tell the whole story, dude. But you gotta go search and get these documents though. They honest. Some of them, some people say some of the Mormons got some of the original information and of the Aboriginal people of this landmass.
It's the Mormons, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, some of them got a lot of documents and records and shit, supposedly.
The Mormons, huh?
Mm-hmm. And they Mormons, but guess what? They actually live like the indigenous peoples lived on this landmass. Organic and natural.
And see, and it ain't a coincidence. It's like even I'm not saying like they directly us or nothing like that, but even like Australia got a you know what I'm saying, got an indigenous population out there, man. You know what I'm saying? They're like highly melanated. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say, oh, they came from Africa. You see, I don't know, man. What you think, man?
People can try to say that the Roanoke and Rashidi went and traveled over there, and some of the people say they came. Some of the people say they traveled it. They traveled from Africa. I said, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
No sense.
If they did, Frank, I would have to give me the timeline of when y'all got there, because I wouldn't doubt that over the last 400 or 500 years, yes, that people came from the continent of the diaspora and went over into some of these areas. Yeah, that's key. We need to know when did they get there. That ain't still saying the same thing as people that's been there before.
Right.
People traveled there from Africa or America, from wherever they traveled. Scandinavia, wherever these motherfuckers travel from. They call aboriginals for a reason. The first, they are the Abo. They are the original people of that landmass.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just like I was trying to tell them earlier, that native thing, that's that, I was like, look up gangs in New York. Cats don't want to look up the movie Gangs in New York, though, you know what I'm saying? Dude, the Butcher Bill, he called himself a native. That's a Native American. See, that was fiction, somebody says earlier. Man, what the hell fiction got to do, you know what I'm saying, with me proving that point in court, and showing how that correlates with each other? Why would they have that on the movie, bro? You know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit, it's fiction as far as entertainment, not real. But Gangs of New York, it was really like that in the 5 Points though. It's not a real story, probably. You know what I'm saying? But
So supposedly original native mean what? A person that traveled from another country, another landmass, and now
inherits another.
they have been actually you got parents, I guess, ancestors that travel from another country, and you are the offsprings of the parents that traveled. You were born here.
Right.
Your people weren't originally from here, so you were born, so you are native now. You're native because you was born on the soil.
Right.
So why? So ask this question. So why, even if we go by that term, right, which could be true, it was the first way they described of what a native was. Then why do they box the so-called black man and woman out of being a native?
Ooh.
If supposing we came from another landmass at whatever entry point, time in history there was, we still would be considered native American because the offsprings would be, even if a native person, like you said, say a man came from somewhere else landmass and came in and procreated with one of the indigenous people, the offspring would be considered a native.
Right.
So why we're not synonymously be considered a native? Why they only got a certain so-called Indian tribes are only recognized as Native Americans, and they the 5 or 6 federally recognized just because they went into a federal contract. That's all they went into a federal agreement contract with the federal government to be the foremost recognized, certified speakers of Indian culture.
Right. Right.
That don't mean that they was here first though. That don't mean that they was here first. That don't mean that they was here longer either.
You ain't lying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And see, my thing is this. You know, somebody said, what they say? He said, what's his name? The dude that they can't die. Man, he said Dr. Henry Clark and all them, and I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I get no. Henry Clark said some shit about us being from here too, though. I remember I heard some stuff. Dr. Henry Clark.
You know, a lot of them cats was fun about it. I hate to say it, man, and I only hate to say it because the information is coming out, and the people can't sit on this information for no more long. Them people was funded by the CIA, man, to push their out of Africa shit, African century.
Oh yeah. I know what you're saying. I said, yeah,
come on, man. Now, like I said, man, one of them motherfuckers was living in Africa,
and some of them never even went to Africa. Boom.
Some of them ain't never went to Africa. So how you gonna put for African centric and you ain't never been there? You know what I'm saying?
That don't make no sense, man.
Same thing with Umar Johnson, man. Dude, you talking about Pan-African and all this shit, cuz. And all that shit was up under the same movement. All that shit was up under the move of indigenous people to keep them, and that was a way to keep the people, indigenous people, from being the sole proprietors of their landmass, of their own land. Shifting around, moving around. The ACS, American Colonization Society, they was taking American, Aboriginal, Indigenous Americans from America over to like Liberia and building up Liberia, places like Liberia and shit. Building up those societies, those civilizations, creating an economic system over there.
Dude,
and this information is out. It's just people are not. It's not a mainstream talking point.
You see, because that wouldn't fit their narrative. That wouldn't fit their narrative like a motherfucker at all. You know what I'm saying? You have the talk, you have the narrative and the talking points that these motherfuckers want you to have. These motherfuckers are so full of shit. And see, this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just really didn't understand why, or I've inserted him on somebody, or somebody said his name, or I don't know. But it's just like, okay, I get it. But these people, Walter Plecker and all these motherfuckers are the motherfuckers that came with the out of Africa theory. And it's not, these people, and plus they really was trying to be like, I take it as an insult, because for you to be a racist, because that motherfucker racist, Charles Darwin. I don't care what nobody said. You know what I'm saying? He's just a bigot piece of shit. So, he had him saying, "Oh, we're superior, white people, or this free white person." My bad.
Let me ask you this question, Frank. Do you think Charles Darwin ever set foot in Africa?
Man, hell no, man.
So how the hell would these motherfuckers know and tell somebody about some African shit and tell somebody that's where you came from if they never set foot over in there?
I know. See, damn, that's a fucking good ass point.
That's them telling the story, man. That's them interjecting and coming in and putting a GMO timeline with this out of Africa theory, the natural selection shit. But they was doing that to what? To promote what? White superiority. That the white race was more superior than any other race.
So true.
That's what he was. That's what he was pushing, and a lot of our doctrine, a lot of the education of um, psychoanalysts, a lot of psychology, and all that shit was birthed out of that, out of the research them motherfuckers was doing. And they take some of their talking points and some of their research, and they implemented this shit into the school systems, and they built curriculums off of what these motherfuckers did, off their works, they writings, and they so-called research and works.
That makes sense, man. Because they teach you that in school, all this.
Yeah, it was a deliberate man doctrination, man. They had a whole game plan to
And you
teach
gotta watch.
motherfuckers that you are not human. Because remember, they kept saying black folks came from monkeys. They didn't say no apes. They were saying monkeys.
There was. You notice that?
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying? Animals. Are they animals? They uncivilized. They animals. They uncivilized. When there was civilizations here before these motherfuckers got here. Well-to-do civilizations. Because you gotta account for also what they would have some abandoned cities, like on the research I'm doing now, is some of the catastrophes that happen, like some of the floods that happen, some of the different weathers that happen, natural disasters. People have, you know what I'm saying, some of these cities and stuff were old ruins. I think about it. Look at some of these historical towns and cities. That shit wasn't built by Europeans. That was already built before they got here. They couldn't knock it down. So what they had to do, Frank, they had to build around it, or build over it. Think about it. You think a European built them castles up in New Jersey, up in New York, all them areas?
Man, hell no, man.
That shit was already here when they motherfuckers got here, dude. Come on, man.
And see, but my thing is, you should hear how emperor like all types of, and how they be spitting. They should the way they word it and the way they be saying makes so much sense. Why would you hold on to something like that? And you don't even know it's a fact. I wouldn't want to be. I mean, okay, just use my critical thinking skills and shit. Thinking like a motherfucker grown adult, motherfucker. Why would I want to be linked to slave? I mean, that's subservient for one. And then this type of stuff they talk about with the sex breeding ground and stuff, and then the man they had to get raped. Why would I want to be linked to something like that? See, we don't think. I'm so in my feelings with this narrative to the point where hell yeah, oh I know, man, we were this and that, and this happened to us, and all this is all a theory. How do we know this happened to us? Can anybody explain to me how we know that this should happen to us? How do you figure? You know what I'm saying? That old saying, how you figure? You see what I'm saying? And then the thing is, I'm not trying to be linked to that. And see, the thing is, 501c3 from the churches. So the churches ain't never gonna come out and say that the black theory is bull and the back to Africa theory is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then the politicians are the main ones lying to us about it. You know what I'm saying? And they knew that this shit was been in the curriculum. McGraw-Hill and all these books, fucking printing textbooks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then it's funny because too, look, see, that's how you know that it's true what we're saying, because McGraw-Hill came out not too long ago and said that instead of slavery, we was workers. Ooh.
Hey, when we had that conversation the other Frank,
isn't that what
when
slavery is?
They talked about
clocking in and clocking out. I said, isn't that what slavery is? Clocking in and clocking out. Okay.
Yeah, but remember though, indentured servitude was 7 years. You work off the plantation for 7 years, and after that, and the difference is, and they still got some of these systems open in the foreign countries like Africa and shit like that, where indentured servitude, but the difference between that type of slavery and the one that they imposed over here in America, those people can go home. Those people had their culture. Those people still was able to marry, and they could actually move up in the ranks on the job. right? They can marry into wealth. They didn't do that. They that was a totally opposite thing when they with the chattel slavery here in America. They want the slave. I ain't talking about the slave trade. I'm talking about the actual slave trading that went on throughout the Americas, not across no damn Atlantic. See that they mixed up those stories. They mix up the timelines in those stories from when somebody was brought from another continent to when people was trading back and forward, up and down North America, Central and South America, North, East, West. But the information is coming out, Frank, and you know what I'm saying. People are doing their research, people are studying, and people are also bringing this stuff out. It sounds new and it sounds pseudo because it's not a major talking point. But the more people do research, the more people talk about it's coming to the light. More and more people are saying, "Well, damn, you know what? That makes more sense than you talking about millions and billions of people, millions of people coming from goddamn Africa when they supposed to be so much badass warriors and shit. You just gonna let some puny ass Europeans come and snap you up?"
Mm. I'm confused. Are we bad? Are we the fucking? Are those motherfuckers like the motherfucking cream of the crop of the fucking fighters or not? I agree because they're supposed to be practicing guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying? And a matter of fact, a lot of these other groups practicing guerrilla warfare. That's why in a lot of these wars they got the European or the United States got the ass whooped.
But guess who taught guerrilla warfare though?
Word,
The
word,
American
word.
Indians, nigga. The American Indians, nigga.
American Indians.
South America, Southeast American Indians,
Right.
Southeastern American Indians. Yeah, kicking ass. Different military tactics and shit has been used. They took that shit. You got man. That's what I'm saying, man. We give a lot of credence to Africa, man, and it's fucked up because it and it should be credence to the so-called Black Americans, man. And they mix that. See, when you call it African American, you mixing and giving Africa credence when them motherfuckers shouldn't get the credit for that. It should be the either the emancipated Black American or the original Aboriginal American Indian heritage lineage. But they mix it together, Frank, and say African American
Mm.
and give credence to that when a lot of shit was created by the so-called melanated copper color man from the Americas, not from no damn continent of Africa. Now, how can you come from Africa and do more in America, build more shit, got more creations, more inventions than the motherfuckers, than your people supposedly from Africa then? Make that make sense to me, Frank. They can't. Especially if somebody took your culture from you. If you saying all these African people that came from Africa was slaves and shit, and they took the culture from them, but then at the same time, you say they say they brought rice and shit over with them and they hair and shit. Man, come on, man.
Right.
4 to 6 months travel and you got rice in your shit. I don't know if that's true. I don't think they. I'm just saying, Frank. If I don't look here, man. Why would your slave master allow you to bring your culture, any food in with your culture, and bring it over if they trying to enslave you and take you to a whole nother landmass?
Whoa.
Unless
Whoa.
one or two things. Like I said, there was a trade going up and down the Americas, man, from North, East, South, and Central America. People getting taken from Virginia. People getting taken from Georgia. People getting taken from Florida. From Florida going out west. From Memphis, Georgia. I mean Memphis, Louisiana, going down to the down into the Caribbean and shit. Down to Brazil, down to the West Indies.
Man. So you got a point, man.
But see, they got us caught with the black thing. The word black though, Frank. It's damaging because everybody can get in on that word black, and then it's never really giving you any significant intricate history, connecting the time to no real history. Because prior to, he wasn't calling nobody. Like I say, Africa, they only call each other black over there. So why is it synonymously used in America as a black man, a black woman?
And even Pianki was even kind of saying something like that too. It's like America. He said something like that too, kind of like he kind of slipped up. Like, yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? That's not, we use that over here and we're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? For one, other groups, we're not really supposed to be using that. Other groups don't use it because they know they ain't supposed to be using that shit. They know
But
it's
they
not.
said Negro. Who came up with the word Negro? He said the Portuguese was calling some of the African tribes Negroes, or some of the Portuguese slaves and shit, like the darker race was called Negroes. Them people didn't call themselves Negroes. It was somebody else. It was the racist Portuguese, the racist Spaniards calling other group of people that, and it stuck. And that shit took and traveled. Dark skinned Hawaiian calling themselves black. Ain't no dark skinned Caribbean calling themselves black. I mean, nowadays they might say black because it's so universal now. They get mixed up in with the United States American culture, mixing and mingling. But go back to anybody let me see, grandmama, great grandmama, or great grandparents.
My bad. You can't tell me what my lineage is or my heritage is. That's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? These people are trying to tell you, oh, man, you're African, this and that. But damn, motherfucker, I got actual, you know what I'm saying? Indians in my family. I don't get how you saying that. I don't understand. There's no proof of me having African, and I don't know ancestry in me, but I got it. Just like, I remember growing up. You know what I'm saying? I remember growing up, man, and seeing kids that look like me, man, and you know what I'm saying, highly melanated kids, right? And they used to always they used to always talk about they Indian or they somebody in their family's Indian. I used to just see them on TV, they saying that, and I'm like, and I'm thinking, I used to think in my mind as I got older, man, they, you know what I'm saying, they was capping, man. How they, you know what I'm saying, Indian, nah, they, you know what I'm saying? We always start to think we something we not. I used to think stuff like that, right? But you know what I'm saying? So I really woke up and really found the truth and you know what I'm saying, did my research and everything. But now I'm thinking like, those kids is right, man. You know what I'm saying? Those kids and the people that I met was right. They really had that shit in them and it really was that. Why would you, little ass kid, why would you lie about that? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, how that works. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we really that, man. And it's like, I
You
mean,
know why, Frank?
ever since I'm little, I've been hearing about it. Mm-hmm.
Because that's indigenous to this Indian, not taxed. So guess what? If they take you out of your Indian status, which they trick people out the Indian status with the
Oh, yeah.
Indian Removal Act, right? So
Right.
now they tax them motherfuckers. You're really offsprings of, you got ancestors that are Indians, Indian ancestry.
Right.
Because some of your family members might have, either they was coerced, because a lot of people were coerced by violence. Some people did it. Some of my ancestors did it voluntarily.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them didn't. Some of them stood their ground and didn't go for the okie doke. It just varies.
That's true.
So people have to ask themselves, if they saying so-called black folks want Indian, then why would they come up with an Indian Removal Act, man?
Removal.
Mm-hmm.
Removing that status from there.
Moving their status, moving them off one landmass, moving them to another, whole nother, and that's how they get other people moving, like you say, yeah, other tribes, other clans, Indian clans moving to other parts of the this North American hemisphere region, and now you intruding on another Indian clan land.
Mm.
You moving people from one place to another place.
That's a good ass fucking point. Good ass point. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, we don't, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta, I don't know, man. It's like and we could be getting mad at people, you know what I'm saying, get mad and they be feeling some kind of way, and you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, man, you know, you drop certain stuff like this or you say certain stuff like this, they ain't gonna hear it. They ain't gonna hear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you
They,
can tell we've been so indoctrinated, Frank, because just like any then they peep this. This how simple and crazy shit is, right, Frank?
mhm,
You can go to any continent, any other geographical, any continent, right?
uh-huh,
And you're gonna have people that look alike, look similar, may not. Some of them, and they ain't from the same family, ain't from the same clan.
mhm,
You got the Huns up there in Japan. I mean, was it Japan, China?
mhm.
They different people. They ain't the same people. They different, different cultures, different bloodlines.
Same people.
So when it comes to America, why we all got to be one? Either we all got to be.
Mm.
It was multiple. It says the original definition of American is the copper-colored races. So that's multiple. That means there's multiple different cultures of American, from all the way from Canada, which is North America still, all the way down to South America, South and Central America. Different cultures. The American people, the Americans, up under the umbrella America, because they cultures on the continent of America. But when you go to the subcultures, then you get into okay, well, what's your name? What's your family name? Most of the Indian stuff was named some of these cities and towns and some of these great landmarks in America was named after Indian families, well-to-do Indian families.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you just can't get past that. You know, no goddamn European came over, man, and they use your own information against you.
Man, you ain't like
Come on, man.
still to this day.
These motherfuckers don't know nothing about make about no goddamn tobacco, man. That's Indian shit. That's Indian business.
I know.
Come on, man. I'm go as far as saying about Coke. I don't know about Indian because I don't know how South America would like what they far as the different tribes and different names, how they call themselves Indian, not. But the coca leaf is that's down in Colombia. That's where it was. The coca leaf was originally from Colombia, right?
Yep.
Down in the areas. But guess what? They took that stuff, that crop, and took it all across the world, and it's being processed all across the world now. Same with some of the fruits and vegetables. America was so important because it was plentiful. It was one of the landmasses that still was plentiful and can yield multiple crops. You know what I mean? Just like it got all the four seasons, just like India, and that's why they kept mixing because India can they can yield their crops. They got what 4 or 5 different crops. I mean 4 or 5 different seasons of harvesting different crops. Europe didn't. Europe didn't. That's why it was so important. That's why it was a gold rush. It was a rush for the spices over in India, right? At one point, the spices over in India still today might be high because guess what? Those nations that was far away from India and didn't have that climate and that type of to grow those different multiple crops and multiple seasons of the food, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, seasonings, herbs. That was like gold, and that's why motherfuckers got coming over to America. That's gold. All the crops that came out of America, man, look here. That's what they was coming to get. The resources, yo. And that's what they currently still standing on the resources. They come out of the land. That's what all these wars is about. It's about the natural resources that's on all these land masses. Who can control them? Who can make money off? Who can capitalize off of it? Who can control it? The most land, the most resources. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Frank. You did 20, was it 24 and me, 23 and me or some shit? African ancestry. You ever did that test before? I can't hear you, Frank. You must be on mute.
Hey, but yeah, my bad. Hey, but look, see, you said that's what these wars was about. That's exactly what these wars is about. And so you notice that if we weren't really from this land, you know what I'm saying? Why did we fight in all these wars? You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we fighting every single war?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said earlier, we can't get deported. That's a big deal. That's a big sign right there. But see, I think like you know what I'm saying, like these cats, you know what I'm saying, on some of these channels, man, that they push it. They push it for views. They push it for trauma, and they push it. You know what I'm saying? To indoctrinate. You know, you could
Mm-hmm.
do you could do all that at one time. You know what I'm saying? And I think we know the state of our people, so we take advantage and we try to make money off our people too. Does that make sense? Like other groups do. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, hustling.
That is.
You know what I call it, Frank? Called hustling black.
Mm, mm. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
And see, like I said earlier, with the even with the Martin Luther King thing, man. Come on, how you shooting on from a balcony? I mean, you ducking from a balcony, whatever. You getting shot at from somebody. You know what I'm saying? And you point to where you think the shots are. Instead of just ducking, instead of trying to run, why didn't they try to get him inside the hospital? Why didn't they? Why aren't they on the floor crawling or something? Why I don't understand why they was. I don't get it.
Hold on, Frank. I just thought about something.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about it. How did they have a photo so quick?
Damn, dude. Who was right there?
Who was recording? Who was videotaping? Who was taking the photos?
Mm,
Who took that photo picture?
you said it. You said it all, man.
Who?
What you just said it will debunk any argument versus that. If anybody, oh man, well you this and that, man, someone that was trying to be in our feelings, try to defend that, that'll debunk that.
Because you think in a natural shooting, right? If somebody hear gunshots, people is ducking. People ain't finna stand there and trying to point and see where the motherfucker came. People ducking and running, trying to seek cover.
You
So
said it.
either that's yeah. What you say?
You just said it, man.
I mean, think about it, Frank. Either you're gonna be ducking, taking cover, or unless you part of the shit and you feel comfortable and safe. Did they stage them people like pointing after the shooting, and
Right.
they took that photo?
Right.
Somebody, after the media came on scene, the reporters came on scene, and they snapped their picture. That could have happened. That could have happened, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, hour after, however it took people to get on that scene. My question would be too is how long did it take for the reporters to get to that scene to take the goddamn photo? Or was it already people following him? It could have been already paparazzi stuff following, Martin Luther King because he was gonna do a speech that day, right? When he's supposed to be doing a speech that day, delivering a speech.
Said who took the picture in that motherfucker. But see, and
Yeah,
then the thing is, I don't, how long did the damn ambulance get to that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And it's just it don't add up. It's just like The person just happened to be right there with a camera, right? Just like with the Rosa Parks thing. The person just happened to be on that motherfucking bus with the fucking camera. Boom, right there and there. We don't be we're not feeling so much. Who has time to think when you're feeling? Who has time to think when you in your emotions? Who has time to do that?
You're getting played, Frank.
Mm-hmm. Like who has time for that?
And it's people that look like us that's in cahoots with it.
You ain't never lied, bro. That's what we was talking about earlier. The people that look like us, that sell us out, and it's like okay, you take the oath, boom, you know what I'm saying, you're in these societies or whatever, but it's like, okay, but that just benefits you, not everybody else and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you're going, you're pointing out sell out, but then you're like, I don't know, you feel me? It's like, it's crazy, man. But Jesse Jack, and then you notice all the motherfuckers is like, got help, like mad famous after that shit. That's where he died, Jesse Jackson was in the light for a hot minute, in the limelight.
All that shit was a plan.
It was a plan, bro.
Look, we go all the way back from, like you said, 1830, all the way back, the different key points, 1830, 1871, you know what I'm saying, 1865, 1861, 1863, all the way up to 1905, 1907. I think, when the FBI formed in 1907 or 1915. I mean, you had the Federal Reserve, 1913. You had the Birth of a Nation, 1915, right? Right behind it, right?
Oh.
In 1924, I think. No, I think Birth of a Nation is 1924, right? Something like that.
I think Birth of a Nation was 1915 or something.
Okay, 1915.
And then
but all this stuff.
It was 19. The crash was like, in the Federal Reserve thing, I think was 1913.
Okay, the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. So that means that crash happened in what? It had to be 1912, 19 something. It was before that, right?
Right.
Maybe a year before it, 1912 or some shit like that. I can't remember. But all this shit plays a part into the intricate plot to overthrow the American people, the Aboriginal Indigenous American people, and to take over there and create a de facto government.
Hell de facto now. It's real bad. But see, that's why it makes sense, because that's why stuff is how you'll have that saying, oh man, stuff is only gonna get worse before it get better. That's why. You got the same old player. You got different players doing the same shit in different time and different eras. That's all. But damn, I can't even say that, because it seem like they let these motherfuckers get 100 damn year fucking running terms. You know what I'm saying? Why is there no term limits? And you don't hear both parties agreeing on that. That's something you don't see in the news.
Well, that's how you keep your agenda going, Frank. You got to have people that just agree with the agenda. You got to have people that's in there, whatever you got leverage you got on them, whether they voluntary or you got some type of leverage, strong arm tactics, for them to be agreeable.
Out of sense, man.
I mean, integration, all this shit, man. The introduction of the New Deal, all this shit was a part of the plot, the intricate plot to take over the American, this North American region, to overthrow the people and overthrow the government, the American government, not the United States government, the American government, because that was created.
Well, you said okay. But say that one more time. Said the difference between the American government and the United States government. Say that again.
No, I said the United States was I don't know. I want to say a treaty. It had to be a treaty. So it means that each state
Right.
agreed, each country, which would be
Which country?
Florida, Mississippi, Texas, all the different states will be called states now. They agreed to be a state of the United States. They went into agreement.
Mm.
They went into a government agreement to be protected under the union, to be a union, to form a union. Because
And like,
prior to that, you had the Confederate
it wasn't that. It
Confederacy.
wasn't.
That was the original American government, the Confederate.
Got you. Got you. It wasn't them, though.
No, hell no, man.
Mm-hmm. It
Come
wasn't
on
them.
now. That's how you think they were so. How you think they used our own systems that we set up against us, elaborate civilization against us, the systems, the laws and shit. They used them and turned around back on us, and then they created certain. Once they knew how American civics was, them motherfuckers turned around and used the same American your own government, constitution and shit on on you, on the American, on the people. Created their own rules and statutes, like interjected certain rules and statutes that favored them. And so you got the black codes. So they use our own government system against us to create what we see and look like now. And they give so much credence to European, like they built. No, there was shit already built here. They just built on, attached on to what was already created here.
Mm.
They built the government on top of government.
You see how they did it, and see, the thing is with that, man, it's like I mean, they and see that's why I don't be offended, man. The old Confederate flag and all that. That was a real flag. See, and this is what's the name that they're waving? They're waving that's a banner. That's not a flag. Oh, it's American flag, a patriot. It's a banner, bro. That's what that Star Spangled Banner was about. Was the damn this thing that we're celebrating or waving right now. So people confuse a lot. I told somebody earlier, man, a lot of this stuff is done in reverse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is done in reverse, dude. Straight up. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, don't do what they say. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what they say. You feel what I'm saying? Do the opposite of that shit.
But this information is coming out, Frank. That's another reason why. Yes, we are in the information age, but we also, like you said, on disinformation. So you got people like Obama, people like some of the people that's in, the leftist liberal people that's trying to block what? People's freedom of speech.
Right.
First Amendment and Second Amendment, they're trying to block the freedom of speech. Right? So we have a right to speak about this stuff, especially if it's valid information. It ain't just somebody coming out their ass. It's documented, but it's not a mainstream talking point. That's not the narrative they want out there. There should be only one narrative and the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But we get an alternative. See, even what we talking about, we would be considered alternative. But actually, it should be the original talking points. We have been living up under a alternative lifestyle of living because of certain circumstances that were imposed. Even the way all the way down the way we eat, the way we think, the way we eat, how we learn. That shit, all that shit is GMO, pretty much.
Like a mug. Like a mug. And they know it. That's why you go to Australia, any of these other damn places. You know what I'm saying? Their food is the hell. You know what I'm saying? That food is they don't and the thing is that let's not talk about the McDonald's. Let's not even talk about the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Way different chemicals and way different stuff out there in their McDonald's than out here. But see, we're not, like I said, people was just protesting against abortion rights and not protesting against that. Why are we not protesting against that? We're not tripping off that. It ain't a big deal to us, you know what I'm saying? That's not the main priority to us. You know what
Nutrition.
I'm saying? You gonna say?
I say real nutrition, not the like you said, the GMO nutrition, man. Once the Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds came in and changed over the system, they changed that shit over with their influence. They didn't do it for they paid people to do it. If their system is so elaborate, then why are we having, as the days pass, the years pass, more and more diseases are being developed? People are getting sick. People dying from heart attack. People are getting colorectal was the number one cancer in America. Deaths of cancer in America. Colorectal cancer.
That's fucking wild, bro. That's fucking wild. What does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? How does that work? How does that happen? Like, that's man.
Obviously, we're not eating we're not eating our natural state. That's natural. We're not getting our natural food sources. We're not even getting a food source. We're just getting products, and they actually say that products. We're buying products, produce,
A lot,
not food.
a lot of this. What's the name? The fruits don't even have the same seeds in the damn shit.
See what I'm saying? So,
Um,
so if the fruits you
that
eat
work.
don't bear seeds, how you gonna bear seeds?
How you gonna bear seed?
Mm, mm, mm,
Mm.
mm. We are shooting duds.
And they trying to tighten up all these laws against that. It's just like you talk to it's conspiracy. They talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? You talk that shit. You're a conspiracy. You're this and that. I just don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? How we say this type of stuff and then you're automatically a conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get. But see, I do understand because there's no critical thinking skills. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't thinking outside the box. They're not using no kind of logics, no kind of common sense, because common sense ain't common no more. But see, they hit just with all this indoctrination, all this bullshit. So why would it be common? They're hitting you and they making sure you say all these pronouns and all these, you know what I'm saying, and pushing all these different type of alternative lifestyles and stuff like this on you. Why would it be common? You know what I'm saying? They're hitting you with shit that just don't make no damn sense and expecting you to make it make sense. Why would it be common? You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? And then you got this dude, got Joe Biden, just like this with this movie, for example, Color Purple 2. Why would you make a Color Purple 2? Why would you make a remake? The movie was horrible. It was terrible. We had Ricky Lake. We had a lot of Ricky Lake in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of Jenny Jones in the 90s. Well, Jenny Jones, was it Jenny Jones, her shows were kind of mixed. They weren't really too much bashing black men. But too much, it was more like she had wilder shows. Like she tried to be kind of like not Jerry Springer, but she tried to kind of be more entertainment with it. But Ricky Lake, old girl, Oprah, you know what I'm saying? All of them really put us, Maury, put us in a crazy light. It really did, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's just like, I mean, them stereotypes, you know what I'm saying? Like, how people say first impressions is everything, or you only get a first impression. Well, shit, these stereotypes is crazy too, you know what I'm saying? Because, impressions of us, I mean, even though I really don't care about what the next race has to think about mine, but at the same time, when these people are pulling strings and running things behind the scenes, I kind of do care. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let me switch it up for a second. You know what I'm saying? Let me care like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers have the power to. And see, we were talking about. See, dude was it wasn't sorry. It was the other dude on the line. I guess I forget his name. But you know what I'm saying? He did make up a good point. Ronald Reagan. I mean, it was back in the day, Clinton was doing that for the Republicans. You know what I mean? Because they were pushing that tough on crime stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's like all that scandals type stuff happened or whatever. And he really tried to save face. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, but see, they're working together though. If you was a so-called hardcore Democrat, why would it matter what these Republicans thought about you, right? You notice it don't matter now. You notice how they both try to act like they're really hardcore fighting each other to the death. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they act like I mean, they got beef. They act like they like sworn enemies. These Democrat Republicans, and it's all an act. Though it's all bullshit. Just like these fake laws or state statute they put out. Act the Civil Rights Act and the Welfare Act and the this act and the you know what I'm saying. Like it's all an act. I'm just waiting for these motherfuckers to say cut. Click the thing, whatever that is, the little thing that they click to say, you know what I'm talking about? They put together. I'm waiting for them to say that, and then click that shit together. Cut. You know what I'm saying? Because is this? I mean, so we definitely part of it. It's definitely a part of a script, like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But they get, it's just like, all this, the act. Well, it's just all fake. You know what I'm saying? And we're running in the hamster wheel. It just depends how fast and how far you want to go in this mug. You know what I'm saying?
So I wonder when did the so-called 400 years of slaves start?
And because they did say it ended like 2020 or something like that. Didn't they say that? Something like that?
They claim from 1619. I guess if you would take the introduction 1619 to 2019, when Trump commemorates, he did commemorates the 400 years of, but everybody overlooked it.
They overlooked a couple things about that dude. Like you do say earlier, control opposition, no doubt. But this is what I gotta say though. He did push America first. He used to say that a lot, and that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling that. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact
I'm feeling America first, yeah.
The $500 billion, not million, $1 billion towards black businesses. I was feeling that. You know what I'm saying? The First Step Act, he parted all them black people, or so-called black people. He parted all them people that look like us. You know what I'm saying? Harry O, all types of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? See, we don't be seeing. Didn't he help Jesse Jackson with his campaign? Didn't he give? You know what I'm saying? He did all types of shit. So it's just I don't get.
I think didn't he give money to Jennifer Hudson or some shit, or did something when her brother or somebody got killed or some shit like that?
Yes.
Helped her out.
I don't know, man. It's just like, but they rather go with Joe Biden. That dude was the most. Oh man, and see now you're not really hearing too much about the hush money thing. You're hearing more about still Donald Trump. Oh man, you got to get it. And in April he's gonna go to court again, and it's like, man, they on it. They making sure your ass got the rundown to that motherfucker. Shit, they might as well say grab your popcorn. You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep your foot on the neck.
They might as well say grab your popcorn, this motherfucker. What you say?
I say they trying to wrap this shit up with the Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and shit. Wrap this shit up and don't. You know what I'm saying? Where the impeachment at? Where the fucking impeachment at? If this ain't grounds for impeachment, then what is?
Exactly. And that's a good point. And then they remember they're trying to. This is what they're trying to say about the Hunter Biden thing now. The update on this shit is that he's gonna have to he's gonna go to court soon, like a couple weeks, something like that, and he's gonna he already pled guilty. So they're basically saying he's not gonna get no jail time, bro. But see, I get it. He's not gonna get jail time. I understand. But if that was you or to me, that's automatic felony because he's lied about the what's name, the application or some shit with the gun. But he threw away a gun too, which is against the law. But in like a dumpster or some bullshit. But so how does that work? How's that work? So what's the name ain't ground from impeachment right now, right?
Who's that?
Trump ain't ground from impeachment right now, right? I mean, Biden. Interesting. And his son is about to walk for this shit. And they're just saying is, oh, he's still gonna be. We're still investigating. We're keeping an eye on him. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But yet they on Trump. Oh man, he's going to in August. He going to court and this and that, and he still haven't pled guilty yet. Bro, this is like wow, bro. Like, I'm surprised he didn't. Like, y'all trying to like brainwash the people. Like, he's already guilty. Y'all want him to do like how he does, how the law does us, and just convict us before innocent. Or innocent before, what do you say? Before, what is it? Guilty before even proven innocent. How about that? We'll say that. You feel me?
But let's follow and see if we go to court and see what is we gonna be able to get any transcripts from the so-called indictment of Trump?
Mm,
Are we gonna get authentic court transcripts?
mm.
Is they gonna be viewable to the people as it going? Is he gonna be on court TV? Is it trial gonna be on court TV?
What's the old girl named Nancy Grace, that burnt out white lady and shit that be on that
Right.
court show? Yeah, is he gonna be on that motherfucker? Good point. On the View in this motherfucker. So it's just like, so I mean, I just really don't get it. But I do get it. It's all games. It's all, it's just all scripted. I mean, like I said before, you probably heard me say this. WWF and Ultimate Warrior, somebody like the Ultimate Warrior, motherfuckers like Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? You say tomato, I say tomato. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's off. It's just these motherfuckers are really working. Because why would, what's his name? Why would one in the 80s outsource the job, and in the 90s, the other one, there was a Democrat outsourced the job? Why are you doing the same shit? Similar shit. I thought y'all don't fuck with. I thought your ideologies were so motherfucking different.
To cripple the American people, man.
Yes.
The American government is rich, but the American people, they want the American people
That's true.
to a certain extent.
That's a good point. The government is rich and we're poor. Damn, that's my bad. Keep going.
Or to keep us, you know what I'm saying? We richer than some other countries as a people, but it's not.
Yo, what happened?
Nah, them motherfuckers, man, they collecting big bank on motherfuckers, but they taxing them. They taxing motherfuckers like a motherfucker. Taxing American people, the citizens. Which I think people that are U.S. citizens or, that's coming into the country, I think they should be the one taxed. They should be paying into tax. Not us, the American.
Damn.
Not us, the American original people shouldn't be. We supposed to be Indian, not taxed.
Damn, bro.
How you going to... Yeah, Frank, that's crazy. How you gonna tax the people that's been here? You supposed to tax the foreigners that's coming in. They supposed to be the ones getting taxed. The immigrants that's coming in, that's migrating.
I'm gonna take that talking point, my bad. That's so fucking true, man. That makes, man. You know how much sense that make?
But that's why it's important to keep us from not being part of this American culture. Keep us from on two continents. So people don't really fight. The bulk, the majority of people don't fight for their rights, their American rights, to be an American human being, an indigenous person from America. We supposed to be the landowners, right? Not no damn created motherfucking government, nigga, that was created. Reconstruction. How they got the say so of the American people, what the American people can do and move around. They're supposed to protect us from foreigners coming in. That's what they're supposed to do. Protect us from outsiders coming in. Not give them the motherfucking privilege and turn around and shit on you, kick you in your ass. Damn.
The total opposite. Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
I never really heard it like that. And that makes perfect sense what you just said. That makes a lot of sense. Why the fuck are you gonna tax the people from here? And why they keep calling you the American people when they're taxing you? Oh, the American people, yeah. And you the people, but they're taxing you though. It's extortion.
To the high, you just said it's extortion. And it's libelous. It's a crime. It's a major crime that's being committed.
These motherfuckers is hardcore with that shit, man. Like, but we never, you know what I'm saying? Like, but see, that makes sense. I'm not get taught civics or I don't even do they even teach that in college? But I'm not gonna be taught shit like this and anything like this until I gotta go to college, and that's the shit that's the education I gotta pay for, or maybe even certain charter schools or certain private schools. You're not gonna get this kind of information in this fucking shit in no damn public school.
Why would they tell you the plot? Why would they interrupt their dominance in their ecosystem, economics? Why would they do that? We want to keep you dumbed down as a people, keep the people dumbed down so they can benefit off your what? Low self-esteem, insecurities, misclassification, mistaken identity. That's why you got the American people of a whole is the biggest consumer class because they got you so, you know what I mean, stuck on not being loved. So you reaching for something. That's why they come up with all these different groups, all these different names, all these different groups. You got all these companies that come in feeding off your insecurity, but people just keep spending money to be part of something that they ain't part of.
Yeah.
Oh, I can buy Gucci, I can buy Michael Jordan, so I'm supposed to be, you know, popular. I'm supposed to be elitist now. Oh, I can go to I can go to Howard. Oh, I can go to Spelman, so I'm part of the elitist class now. No, man, you was a subject. You's a sucker. That's what you is. You're a buffer. You the buffer class. You the buffer from the top motherfuckers that's profiting. Yeah, you getting some little trinkets. Yeah, you could become a millionaire up under their system. Through them, they empowering you, they uplifting you, they backing you, they funding you, they sponsoring you. Yeah, but just as they give it to you, they can build you, they can break you, take it away from you too. Look at all the celebrities, man. And look how they can get broken down to zero, to nothing. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Prince, Ike Turner.
He never lied. He said Ike Turner.
Ike Turner, man. You can break a nigga icon, break him down to nothing, though. Break him down to nothing.
I mean, most of these people that you just said claim Indian status, didn't they?
A lot of them got an Indian heritage. Yeah.
Interesting how that worked. I know Tina Turner for a fact said she was. See, and that's the thing, you know what I'm saying?
Michael Jackson too. His family's Indians.
Like a
They're from India. Well, no, Frank. This just go slow. I just thought.
Well, what happened?
They from India. I mean, from Indiana.
Oh, yeah, Indiana.
Michael Jackson people.
Yeah.
Them Indians, man. His family ancestors is Indians, dude.
Oh, the dad really looks Indian though.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying, damn. Hey, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson. Oh yeah, you can see it for sure.
I mean, Little Richard. That nigga ain't no African. He don't claim no African shit, man. They may claim the African shit publicly because you know the disparity that happened in America. I can see how they could trick people into wanting to be from another continent because of the trauma that they went through in America. I can see how they interjected that into your mind. Well, I would rather be an African American than an American slave. I can see how they can interject it in, giving you some hope that hey, there's some light at the end of the tunnel. I can see how they did that, impose that.
I can see that shit do. And then, you know, but that's where the preachers and pastors come in, and that's when the fake politicians come in. Like the PPP is not the loan though. Politician, the pastor, you know what I'm saying, and the pacifier. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker to pacify the shit. It's all bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Hey,
and you got to give.
You said the PPP, huh? The pastor, the pimp, and the prophet.
Yeah, and you notice that? Look, and look, and this is the thing. You just like what you said earlier. You were just saying a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing with the pastor, right? You know what I'm saying? You make them rich. No, just like how you were saying with the immigrants thing, they should be paying taxes. Same thing with the pastors and us. You know what I'm saying? How am I making you rich? You see what I'm saying? Should you be giving back to the community? Why am I giving to you? How are you taking from the poor, bro? They're taking from the poor. Can you repeat that? Why are you taking from the poor? So you mean to tell me God told you to take from the poor? Ooh, hey, yo, damn, you hear that shit? God told you to take from the poor. You sure? You positive?
Yeah, they got the money. Got. Hey, you know what the money God is?
Right.
Junaid Monet.
Damn.
Junaid Monet is the money God. But ironically, we have a what? A so-called American, and I think she might be Indian too, if I'm not mistaken. Indian heritage.
Yeah, I
The
know.
girl Janelle Monáe.
Yeah,
Then why would she pick her name to be Janelle Monáe, the singer?
we don't.
Why would she name herself after a motherfucking goddamn a money guy?
the money guy.
And supposedly she practiced the LGBT supposedly.
Oh
So
yeah.
see what I'm saying, man? We've been set up, man. And like I said, it ain't all coming from a pale face. They was working side by side with motherfuckers that look like us
I'm telling you.
to get in position they in now. Then think about it. They give all them credence to the white. Even with this stuff we talking, this little stuff how we talking, you go to the pale face European white platforms, they be saying the same shit, and they should be more solidified and verified and certified than us saying. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. If the white motherfuckers ain't saying it, talking about it, and they ain't certifying it, then it's pseudo. It ain't real. Or you just talk. It's a conspiracy. Damn, have we devalued ourselves that much, Frank?
I know.
That's disgusting, man.
You see, man. I mean, we keep going with it when the narrative somebody else gave us. That's kind of weird, you know. That right there in itself is weird, because we can't pick their history for them, and like they be, oh yeah, like they ride with it and shit. That's that's weird if you think about it, man. It's like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, man, Shaq, this shit is, man, the rabbit hole keeps going deep, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these, you know what I'm saying, politicians and all that shit are involved, man, and the pastors, and you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying, we really just gotta, you know what I'm saying, just basically just go against them, man. You know what I'm saying, but do it in our own way. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, looks like I'm shadow banned on this bad boy, man. That shit is burnt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, because they, you know, you type in my name, it's not coming up, man. Like you just said, the basketball, whoever that was, came up. I don't even know who that is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta like really like look for me. You know what I'm saying? To find me on there, man. That's not cool. That means you shadow ban. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever. I don't know. You know. They don't be. That's what I'm saying. They don't be liking what you say. That's not cool. It's like, how is that freedom of speech though? You know what I'm saying? How is that? You know what I'm saying? And why you even have people use your platform? You know what I'm saying? If they can't practice that type stuff, shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know that a lot of people make money. You make money. They make money off a lot of people on here. Because there's a good amount of people that has millions of views. There's a good amount of people that have 10,000 subscribers. There's a good amount of people that, you know what I'm saying, have high numbers like that, and they're making YouTube money. They make it doing also off them advertisements. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, man. That ain't cool, you know?
Well,
yeah, that ain't cool.
Time is.
Yeah, Shaq, man. Good looking out for coming through, man. Shout out your information. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, Frank, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you bringing your boy on, man. We chopping it up. You know, the motto's all hands on deck, Frank. You know what I mean? But y'all catch me on Instagram, man. You know, Shaq_Edwards on Instagram, or Shaq Edwards on Facebook. You know, catch me on there doing some. You might see some live videos of me out in the world, or I might be on the early morning talk with the universe. You know what I'm saying? I might. I don't know. Depends on what time I wake up in the morning. Well, it's already morning, but as soon as I get up, I might do me a live Instagram live. You know, just talking, rambling. You know, just talking to the people, talking to the universe.
Oh yeah.
Before it get too hot, because you know we going through this little heat wave down here.
Yeah. Crash it crazy. It's like it's getting hot out here, but then they talk about it's supposed to rain on Friday. I don't know. The weather's confused. I'm confused right now just talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real, you know, like just, you know what I'm saying? Pondering this, talking about and thinking about this bullshit got me confused. You know what I'm saying? But shit, Shaq, man, good looking out for coming through, man. You know what I mean?
No problem, man. I'm always here, man. Shit, man. Chop that shit up, dog. I ain't chop these motherfuckers up like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we got to keep. We definitely got to wake people up. It's like, especially I'm almost, you know what I'm saying. I'm about to be 40 and shit, man. It's like we at the age, like Counselor at the age where it's just like, you know what I'm saying. We ain't no kids no more, man. It's just like grown adult shit. So it's just like this is the kind of shit I'm going to be talking about and spitting. You know what I'm saying? Not no, some
Mm-hmm.
immature ass shit that a lot of these YouTubers. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but some of these YouTubers be talking about, and it's just like. But I get it, you know what I'm saying? They do it for views, they do it for clicks, likes, and shit. I get it, makes sense and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? My lane, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But yeah, I sure appreciate it, man. Shit. So
And
also
they
everybody that jumped on in the chat, man, and commented. Hope y'all gonna donate to my boy Frank, man. Shit, gonna send him old, you know what I mean? Plus like and share, man, so we can get these numbers up, man.
word
You
shit.
know?
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Salute, Frank. I'm out, baby.
All
I
right,
holla.
peace. Word, good looking
Peace,
out.
peace.
All right, all right. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna do another show very soon, you know what I'm saying? If not, maybe Saturday in the daytime or Sunday or something like that. But I got y'all, man. Salute. Appreciate it for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell. Let y'all know that I'm coming on. You feel me? And I'm going to holla at y'all, man. Peace out, man. All right. One.